Listen up, kiddos, I'm a shark, you're a minnow. Balls on your chin, call your bitch Jay Leno.
What's up? Episode 742. Of course, this is the Weed Nerd World. No dirty sloths. Background. Turn it down a little bit. Hell yeah, it's fucking Friday night, Saturday morning. Depending on who you're talking to. Southern VT, high and fly. Cheers, guys. Thicker than water, like Goonies never say die. I think this song. Oldie but a goodie. Mr. Green Fingers, Cherbro Rose Marshall. Glad to see you guys as well. Oh, weed nerds never say die. Very true. T. Barrington, what's up? How you guys doing? Hopefully you guys had a good Friday, kicking off the weekend right. Good morning to you, Roy Dugan. How you doing? Scaregirl 420, fellow Michigander there. Cheers to you, my friend. This here is actually some Michiganders right here. Kawans. Of course, it's Doc Waffles. This is Lights On Riders Anthem. Do that. Cheers. Where'd my chat go, damn it? Can't have a chat without chat. What happened to the chat? Get it popped off here. This one could get deep. Father and son tribute tutorials. I decided I was going to take a walk down the south side of the path this evening. Tea time was just a few minutes ago. See where it goes. Ride it up. Hustle. Hustle. Harder. Need to finish off this fucking bowl. Where'd my bowl go? Oh, shit. That's not good. Park on the brand new court. Oh, there's the bowl. Oh, they got a lighter though. Candle lighter's gonna have to work. Cheers. Like I'm busy and shit. What's up, Justin B? Good stuff. Smoking on a little bit of blue lion pie in the bowl. Filled up with this Runts hash. Delish. Now I'm shining. What's up? What are you guys smoking? What the hell are you guys smoking on? I'm already missing the soundboard. Back, switch mics. I have a couple here there nowadays. Not so sure how I feel about the 10 lane. Could best up for sure. What's that? What's that? I'm in a fairly good mood for Friday, late as it is. Yeah, that's why I was using the other lighter. Alright, unfair. I don't see no what you smoking ons in chats. A lot of hellos. That's pretty awesome. You gotta say hello to each other, then tell me what the fuck you're smoking on. Top chat, damn it. I'm on live chat now. Maybe that's why I'm missing some comments. What's up, martial artist? Green motherfucker. Green. Robert Miss Green motherfucking fingers time. Believe it, messed it up. I don't know about this. Pathetically. What are our choices here? I'm gonna go with the blackberry smoke. One Horse Town. Good tune. How's your guys' fall harvest coming? Big Jar says DM me the link again. Hold on, let me see what I can do about that. It should still be there, but I'll see what I can do, Big Jar. Well, my phones aren't dead at the current moment. Need to throw them on the charger. But hold on, I'll see. I'll find it. Let me see what I can do. 2 months. What's up, Trisha? Buddy, kilowatts, how you doing? Greg Walker's got a message. Oh man, I got a few messages. It looks like I need to look at. Oh, it ain't nothing new. It's good too. We all stick around. All right. How do I find? I want to search these messages. Jar. Just go this way. Back home. Oh, right here. Fucking computer there changed things around a little bit. Online face or apps a little different. Alright. Should be in our messages here somewhere. Big show. Love for the plant. Cheers. How you doing, Brian? School of Crops. Excuse me while I'm messing and farting around here. Oh. I think I got you, Big Jar. I think I got you. Green fingers popping in. Swallow my pride. Way too much. Green fingers popping in. Sunset sherbet times gelato. Thank you, bro. If you're fucking throwing up, smoking on. Hillbot. South BT smoking on. Sounds pretty fire. G-Bay. How you do? Raz Benchy. How the fuck are you doing? Oh, Chad says I'm super quiet.
Yeah, I can't hear you, bro.
Can you hear me better now?
No, I was gonna jump in and be like, I couldn't hear nothing you were saying the whole time in the beginning.
Fucking
Then I thought you were gonna think it was a joke, so I was like, damn.
Fucking Zoom. Thank you, Jade. Oh, no wonder. Zoom's got my mic like turned all the way down.
Yeah, it's really, really hard.
I bet you can fucking hear my ass now. Probably too good. Yeah, Zoom had me fucking mic down. What the fuck is doing? Thank you, guys.
It's hot now.
A little high? Alright, a little better? Better now?
A little more.
A little better now?
A little less.
A little less? Better? Check now? 1, 2, check? Alright, cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. That sounds good. They say way too much.
Oh, they're really catching
Yeah, I guess that's what I didn't check the mic today, and I went back and started using the Yeti again. And it looks like I need to, I was itching my back with it. I'm surprised you guys didn't notice that the other night. The other night I was literally itching my back with this. That fucking, it's sharp too. This is cut paper sharp. They both they're not dull. They're not liquor knives. They're fucking sharp. Yeah, there you go. Knifey Spoonie. That's a quality piece.
And a little
I dig it.
chopping wood. I get actually wood if every day.
Hey, what's up?
What up, Big Jar? How you doing?
Not bad. Hold on a second. Let me get my AirPods.
Let's see, my screen is covered.
I had to switch mics. I say it still sounds a little fuzzy.
Yeah, it was a little fuzzy still, but not too bad like it was when it first jumped on.
Oh, well, we'll make it work. Don't start with the gay love.
There we go.
Nuts. Yeah, we hear you now.
All right. How you guys doing, man?
Pretty good, man.
Fucking passed out earlier, so woke up like an hour ago. Like, fuck, I'll just stay up, see if Eagle's not. I ain't fucking talked to him like a month or two. So,
It's been a minute, you know. I actually was I was thinking about not going on this evening, and I was at the gym and I looked at the clock and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going back. I'm trying my best to get back to the being somewhat consistent again. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna try and be around more on the weekends. I gotta get back to just not maybe consistent to it, just back to doing some shit. So hanging out and stuff like that. So,
Right on.
so sitting around just
Well, you've been busy this summer, you know. We haven't got to talk, but I've got to see, you know, what's going on vicariously through your posts and shit. And it seems like you had a pretty good summer all in all.
Yeah, we had a busy summer. So we got around. So we was gonna stop. I was gonna see if you were around last weekend, but we just got fucking busy. We were up at a friend's up in Kalkaska. Got up by Tara, hung out with them for a bit, and then it's like 4.5 hours home. We gotta go.
Yeah, I wasn't actually even around last weekend. I was down in Harrison working last Sunday.
All right.
So don't feel too bad.
No, we were just up driving around, checking out the colors and shit. So.
Good time for that, man. I'm jealous, Green Fingers. I don't even have one yet. You guys are all pimping them out and shit.
Fucking sweet as hell there.
I can't believe how fast the acronym kind of caught on. Like before people even got the stickers, they started using the acronym. Maybe it is a thing.
Wearing on my face.
Ryan here, see?
What's up, Brian?
Not much.
I guess here's a question. Is my name right on here?
Yeah, it is.
All right.
For those who, I usually, even Smiley tell you that, usually I catch that shit. And, you know, beforehand, I couldn't change it until, like, you got on, like, the box was active, and I'd be, like, scrambling. But now Zoom will let me change it while you guys are in the, like, waiting room. I can change it.
Well, the funny part is we use it for work, and we were doing some testing, like, hey, let's test out, see how Zoom works. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll log in from my phone. I log in, and they're like, who's this Big Jar Girls guy? I'm like, I don't know. But, you know, they're open rooms. You know, people just log in all the time on these things. That's what they do. So you got to make sure you have a password on it. We didn't have one. So I clicked out of that real fucking quick.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, it fucking was. Oh.
3 minutes past.
What's that?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Like 3 minutes past. Time to smoke. Time to smoke the turkey.
7 minutes.
Fuck yeah.
Don't hold back, though.
About to smoke some pocket pussy and bud pimping.
Pocket pussy.
Hell yeah, that's a fire. Fuck.
I'm smoking on some cuvee.
Oh man, it
Nice.
sounds so normal compared to pocket pussy. Like
It's
that's
good
cannabis.
though.
Yes, it's cannabis. Pocket pussy is not cannabis.
It's
So.
it's just as good as your pocket pussy.
No, it's probably better because it's fucking Cuvée and I haven't smoked one nug of that shit before. But our buddy SoCal brought me one nug. All I've ever smoked at the Cuvée. One nug that day. It was the best nug I've smoked though, because SoCal brought it to me. You know?
There's
Yeah,
so
I got
Chad. Cheers.
yeah, I went over to a buddy's the other night and took some of it over there and smoked it with him. He's like, "Ooh, that's tasty. You got any of that?" And I'm like, "Nope." I said, I got some to smoke with you." I said, "But I got none to share. Sorry." I said, "I didn't get that much." I said, "I just got one plant outdoor." I said, "I lost the cut. It didn't do anything. So, oh well."
Right.
Keep that jar in the back of it. Just keep that jar in the back. Try not to reach for it all the time.
It's hard, man. It's hard when something's good, man. I have a hard time putting it back. I pick
Oh, yeah.
away at that nug and pick away, and then it's gone.
Yeah, but I had a surprise plant that I thought was something else, but it turned out to be 9-pound hammer. So yeah, that was a nice, pleasant surprise there. Very nice surprise. So very happy with that outdoor. And I still got a few jars of Smiley's Burnside. So that's a nice pause. That's
Some
badass.
Got that for telling them that they had the powder mildew on my plants that they were giving out the clones. He's like, "Man, thanks for telling us that shit, man. Get a free bong, a free one of these. This stuff. Friendly powder cannabis, infused cannabis powder. It's fucking water soluble powder. You put it in your pancake mix or whatever.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
That's that new shit. That's that new shit they're coming out with. You guys got that out west. We don't have that here yet.
Yeah, he's like, take this for free too, like for telling us. But we would give you a clone. I was like, I wouldn't take it if you did. But my mom said, just tell them we wouldn't take that shit because fucking that's bullshit that they were giving them out like that. He's like, yeah,
That's cool that they weren't a dick about it though.
Yeah, we'll save you $80 too. That's what they told me. So I was like, yeah, tell them that they fucked us over and could have fucked up a garden, you know, like passing out bad shit, not knowing what they're passing out.
I mean, I guess you can't ask for too much in for going up and bitching about it. You know?
Yeah, if you don't tell nobody, if you don't let nobody know, closed mouths don't get fed. That's all. You tell somebody, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, thanks. Fuck, if you didn't tell us, we would have gave out all these fucked up clones to people and just kept on passing them out." But they're like, "We'll take them all down. Take them down right now."
Let's hope they do.
Yep.
They didn't just give you a free bong to get you the fuck out of there.
Free bong and a free powdery thing and $80 off of her total. So she was happy. I was happy. Fuck it. And tomorrow she gets to go to a Halloween thing that they're having, an event. So she gets all kinds of free shit hosted by Malibu, the rolling little weed company or whatever. Little weed company. They're pretty good. Good pre-rolls. I love the pre-rolls they had. Infused. Pretty dope.
I just had one of those, an infused one. It was what was an infused one? It was good. It was like a lime infused or something like that. It was, but actually I might have it right here. Let's see. That's a Pure Michigan. You know, I got a Pure Michigan. Have you smoked Pure Michigan, Eagle?
No. How is it?
All right. Based on this grow, I wouldn't smoke it again. I'm just going to say that. So I think I'd rather get it from a caregiver and see how it works. So the Dispo one I got, it was okay, but I don't see what the hype is of it. Let's put it that way. It was kind of flat in flavor. That's an Oreos cut, ain't it?
Oh,
something like that.
Mm.
Not sure.
I don't know what it is.
Oreos.
So, Cal, you got to wait for my phone to charge up and be a sec. said, DM me. I lost my numbers. What's up with you? What's up with you guys and your number losing?
Hey, I didn't lose
I
it.
never
It's just I
lost one
wasn't
number.
scrolling that far back. I'm lazy. Fuck
I
that.
could never
Like
lose.
you can hit send. I know how easy it is to send that shit.
I would never lose the key to get into this place. Like,
But then I thought about it. It's like it's probably right in my Zoom. I could probably just click on it, and it was. I was just clicking on it as you sent me the link.
Right. Green Fingers, I'm surprised you don't have it like just memorized as like an emergency number and shit. I know my home phone number and the Zoom numbers.
I was gonna get it tattooed on me, but I didn't want you to change it. So I was like, fuck, if I get it tattooed on me, then like, and he changes it, then I'll be fucked. But
yeah, well, one day you're gonna get a call from the from a doctor or something like that. Yeah, we got a Robert Greenfinger here in the ER. Is it Eagle? Eagle Garden? Is he around? He's got you as an emergency
fucking talking shit with Eagle. It's like fucking talking shit with Eagle. Let's see how far this gets us. And we're like, want to be on our new show? They're like, all right, we'll do it. We'll do the next episode.
Shit. Fuck it, let's go live now. What's the matter with him? What do you do?
Fuck it, we'll go live. What happened? Where is he? Go live.
Yeah, get the big needle. Oh no. You stick that in dry. There's no lube for him. He likes it dry.
Yeah. That's for the catheter.
Both hands on the shoulder. What are they
dry catheter.
That's fucking rough, man.
Jesus Christ. That just made me fucking feel stuff. Oh, God.
I spent 2 weeks in the hospital through a gallbladder. I'll tell you what, I was thankful of God I could force myself out of bed to take a piss because that was the option. And I'm like, no. I'll sit in it. You can put a diaper on me. You are not putting a straw down my dick.
That's great.
It's not a pleasant feeling. I've actually had to remove my own at one point. They're like, let's cut the one side and gently pull it out. And I'm like, what? I don't want to do this. You sure I'm going to be okay? No, sir. Just gently pull it out. Oh.
No, no. Something so cow.
What the fuck is up, everybody?
What is up?
Been a while.
Been a long while for you, man. How you been? I know you had a rough little patch there for a while.
So. Yeah, I've been busy as hell. Work's been crazy. It's fucking desert season. No time for nothing but working and riding.
Now, looks like you got some riding in recently, though.
Yeah, I took a little road trip up to Big Bear and did some riding up there. Pretty killer.
That probably felt good.
Oh, it was great. Kind of get off into something different than the desert, I found out that if we go north of Green Fingers and our areas here, there's these things that are called trees. They're pretty cool looking.
Now watch out, because they don't move and they always win the fight. Always. You will never win a fight with a tree. Just telling you. Yeah, snowmobilers, they try all the time up here. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't ever plan on trying to kick a tree's ass.
Mine John's dude says otherwise.
Yeah. I was trying to upload the GoPro video of all that, and it gave me some fucking error message saying like not enough space, clear space or whatever. So I followed the little prompt and it did like the factory reset thing on my phone. So I lost fucking everything.
Oh shit.
Everything.
That sucks.
Well, and then I just sent Eagle a message in chat saying, hey, fucker, send me the numbers. And I'm like, oh wait, I know the numbers because I'm a fucking stoner and I got a great memory.
That's a good thing. I'm proud of that. Shit. That's awesome. I gotta let these boys out. I'll be right back.
All right.
He's up here
you
looking
let your
at me
boys
like,
out?
please let me out.
I thought you meant let your boys out, you know? I was like, oh, never mind. All right.
Oh.
Let your dogs out. Let your dogs out.
I think that's
He
what
knows.
save that on OnlyFans, man. Save that for the OnlyFans page.
Yeah. Save the let your boys out for something later. Make people pay for that. Make people pay.
I'd be bummed out to just see
$29.95
see my dog sitting in the corner for the. Wait a minute, this isn't what I thought it would be. Just false advertising.
Hey, people.
Yeah,
hey,
but then
that's
but
dogs
then
in
you'd
the
have
corner.
4 or 5 subscribers, and that's exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah,
You're
true that. I mean,
there is a market for everything, right?
Fuck yeah, there is. Fuck yeah, there is.
You guys need dog parts? I got some dog parts
No.
for sale. If you guys are looking for those.
I got enough, dude. I got enough of those over here.
We could trade dog parts just to see what the one might be. The essence.
Yeah.
So, Big Jar, you were saying you were enjoying that. There's somebody was saying they were enjoying that cuvee, huh?
That's me. Yes.
Which did you end up with the chocolate cherry pheno or no?
Yeah, it's like a chocolate cherry, almost. Mine's almost like the PB Blaster in the jar. Like if you just open that jar and get that whiff of it coming right out, it's so strong like that. Is what it is. But yeah, in the smoke, yeah, it's a real nice, smooth smoke. So
I've been smoking on that cuvee for like 4.5, 5 years now.
Yeah,
it's a cut I got. It's a clone. It's a cut I got from Spartan like 2 years ago, and it's the second time I flowered it out. So I did once inside, and then this time I just threw it outside. I had 2 of them outside. I put one in, just shoved it in the corner of the yard in an old pile of llama shit that was a couple of years old, and that thing turned about as purple as fucking Greenfinger's shirt. The whole plant did.
Oh, nice.
It didn't get very big. I got like 2 joints off of it, and it was just like, fuck, man, if I got more of this shit, I'd be fucking set. That was just wrecked. But this one here was really, really pretty at the end. So
nice. Yeah, I actually I got the Eagle cut, and I'll tell you what, man, that shit is fire. Absolute fire.
yeah, I've been wanting to get with him so he can smoke it, just to let me know how close it is to what it is, to what he had. Because he said they sound very similar, he said. So
yeah. Mine, the one I got from him, I think the best way to describe it is it should be in a hot cup next to a campfire while you're enjoying it.
yeah, mine's not that. Mine's a little gassier, I guess.
Oh, nice.
So you got the smell. You definitely got the smell of like a Tootsie Roll is what mine, like a cherry Tootsie Roll that's dipped in gas.
Got that gas, huh? Gassy Tootsie
So,
Roll.
but we'll see. I mean, it's definitely curing up. You know, normally I don't have enough to watch a jar cure for more than like, let's say, a week. So, but now they've got, I had a good outdoor harvest. I'm going to some jars that I haven't cracked open in like 2 weeks now, and you crack that thing open, it's like, ooh, fuck, that's loud. That's nice.
I just
Especially that
pulled down
Burnside.
Oh, you pulled down I'm popping the Burnside on Halloween.
Smiley gave me, he's not sure if it was his keeper or not. So he had 2 phenos, and he gave me one to run outdoor, and that's what I ran. So, and it's definitely
Nice.
curing up and getting better with age. So
Nice.
It's yeah, my wife, we get about halfway through one, and she just like, yeah, I'm fucking out, done. Like, go home. If we're driving around, she goes, yeah, we're not stopping anywhere. I can't function. I'm like, all right, off to Walmart we go.
Yeah, I'm doing a
fit in
little.
there.
I'm going to do an outdoor experiment through the wintertime. I'm going to pop a bunch of stuff. Everything I have comes down on Halloween. And as it comes out of the greenhouse, new stuff is going in.
What do you get down to out there in the winter that you got to worry about? How low you got to go, you think?
40s.
What are you at tonight?
I don't know. I'm sitting here with the door open and windows open and chilling. So
I'm 50.
kind of like,
It might be a
Yeah,
little slow
probably.
grow. It might not be big plants, but you probably do it. I mean, what are you planning on doing? Just vegging or just going full flower out there?
No, I'm gonna fucking throw them out there. I'm gonna do a little experiment. I'm gonna throw some solar string lights out in the greenhouse, just to kind of see what happens. No expectations, no, you know what I mean? I can't do any indoor right now, so might as well do some fucking outdoor and see what happens with it through the winter.
Yeah.
See if I can actually do a couple of cycles a year over here, you know?
I think it's possible, bro. I think it is.
Grow them aloes.
Fuck that.
What you might be able to do is pheno hunt this time of year, because you're not going to get a lot,
Yeah.
but you'll be able to try a lot of different flavors, and then the summer you can take your picks. Maybe something like that would work.
Last year,
Well,
I grew this time. I got a lot. Sorry for cutting you off, but I got a lot from last year. I got 2 big bushes that I smoked on for 3 or 4 months. I'm doing the same starting now, and then I went till February, March, somewhere around there. Then I cut them down. 3 big bushes and 1 little straggler, but enough to smoke for a while. Make a lot of seeds, thousands of seeds from that shit.
Well, I took down today. I took down my cardboard socks from Miranda Family Farms, and the last plant that I actually took down was this time last year, and that was a cuvee, and I'm still smoking on that cuvee.
Ooh,
So, you know,
you're talking, Eagle. You're on mute.
Maybe. You are, man.
No, I'm not talking, but thank you. I'm doing the descriptions and the show details. Putting your guys' name in blue in the show description so they can click on you and subscribe if they would like. So
Oh shit, getting people
Yeah.
following me. Oh, thank you very much, Eagle. That's fucking dope.
Well, it's I got a Colombian in flower right now.
nice.
It's about this big.
right.
Still counts, right?
Hey, it's going. I'm gonna have 3 good nugs on it. So we'll see. I was
Which,
expecting it to stretch and it didn't.
Which side did you pop? Did you pop my run or Smiley's run? Make things confusing.
Popped both.
Nice.
Yours didn't go male. So yours was a female. So I only got 1 of each. So and then I only popped 2 seeds of each. And then your Colombian was the female, the other one nutted out.
It happens. It happens.
Yep, not a problem. So when the compost. But then behind it I've got skunk bow from Tommy. And then some more testers from Smiley. Got his Crippy to Countdown. And then his Sky Punch or Sky High V2.
Man, I wish I can't wait to get back to growing. I'm fucking sucks that I ain't got shit going right now. Feel so left behind. I'm not gonna lie.
You ever see this guy at any of the stuff?
Yeah, I got his PB&J. Yeah.
Yeah, I popped
No,
PB&J runs to apple fritter.
the one that I don't think it was the times the apple fritter. It was just what they just said PB&J on it. Just straight out PB&J.
Okay. All right.
But,
Yeah, it was just I was looking through my packs and it's like, man, I just need some femmes. I got to get into rotation. I'm trying to get back into my rotation now. So it's like I need something guaranteed, and it's like fuck it. That looks like a decent cut. We'll see what it looks like. They're looking pretty good in flower or in veg right now. So They're about 6-7 inches tall, about 3 weeks old. Going along pretty good.
Films are nice for filling that void when you need that film.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'll tell you what, it took me a minute to find a pack. It's like, well, there's a pack right there. We'll run them and see what they do.
I have the first and only fem seed I've ever grown in my life is sitting out there right now in the greenhouse, coming down in a couple days. The Bingus Mile.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Yep.
Holy shit, the thing's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
I cracked it in right after the 4th of July. And that thing's leaning over at a 45 because it's so heavy. Before it started falling over, it was touching the top of the greenhouse.
Jesus.
It's in a 3-gallon fucking tote that I got at Home Depot. I can't wait to see what that does on the farm next year. If it got that big that quick, you know, I can't wait to see what it does with a full term.
Yeah, no shit.
cheers. I don't know if we said hi to Buddy, but cheers, buddy. If you can hear us.
All right.
Like he's
Cheers,
setting up.
bud.
I'm making some coffee. Yeah. The show just ended and resituating myself. What's happening, Green Fingers, Eagle, SoCal, everyone?
What's
Just
up?
got the
I'm
package.
much, man.
So,
Just got the package, buddy. Thank you.
Oh, you
again,
got
man.
the package? What did I
Yes.
send? I forget because it takes so long for
It takes
you
so
to
long for
actually.
me to get it, but it takes
I-
like 2 days for it to touch down every day. I'm like, oh man, I always wanted to open it, but I don't at the same time. She don't want to drive it. It'll smell it. Last
I
time she
think
got
I
turned,
sent you a bunch of good stuff. I
Loud,
think.
auto, the pocket pussy.
He was already playing with this pocket pussy.
I figure. I kind of think he would be the kind of guy that would, like, if he was one of my customers and I said, oh, I got this, and this, he would
Apple?
always say, yeah, pocket pussy.
A whole fucking
Oh, yeah,
giant
that's
brick.
outdoor
Wait.
goo.
I thought a pocket pussy was just a cute little midget chick.
Yeah.
No, that's
oh, that's a
my.
spinner.
Oh yeah, that's exactly. You're right.
Well,
Those are
in this
spinners.
case, it's actually papaya crossed into runts is what it is.
What is this SB times GP?
Straw Nana, Gary Payton.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
That might be nice.
I was looking at some Gary Payton right here.
I think I sent you a bunch of the Straw Nana crosses. Those are new from Modern Epigenics. Her line this year was Straw Nana crosses. So
And the
there's a bunch of
GG4,
them.
Strong
Oh, yeah?
Nana, Loud,
Yeah.
and another Strong Nana. Can't find it. I lost like one of them somewhere. There's sitting here somewhere. There's so many of them, dude. Thank you so much, bro. Fucking love you. Fucking so
Yeah.
much.
I just want to make
I
sure
know
you
it's all
have
right.
plenty of weed
Because
to
you will.
smoke.
I'll find it somewhere. I'll find other bags later.
Most of that is all outdoor stuff. I sent you.
Nice.
Outdoor.
You do some fire outdoors. Last stuff you gave me.
Sometimes I put a little of the indoor in there, but
Yeah, that pocket pussy is amazing for being outdoors.
yeah, that one did good. Yeah. They all did good. This year was like perfect weather, except right at the end, there was like this monsoonal thing with some rain, but some of the plants fared better than others. They say that.
Just to break up your fucking a whole bag. Fucking
Yeah.
The whole bag would be full and fluffy in a day with the humidity out here. It's pretty humid out here at night. Fucking crazy. Yeah. Surprised how fucking much weed came out of that fucking box, bro.
I just put it all in there. Seal meal. That's the ticket. You can take like a whole bunch and go kind of messes it up, but it gets there, and you can
Still
get,
great.
It's
dude.
just the
It
new
looks
age of
like that.
brickweed.
It's fucking.
yeah, that's what it is.
amazing. No seeds, no stems. It's fucking amazing.
No, yeah.
It's fire as
That
fuck,
seed
dude.
problem was like earlier this year. I don't
I
grow
love the seed
seeds.
problem, dude. Fuck that. Next time you
Yeah,
got
I
a seed
had a
problem,
whole
I'm
growing
your man.
seeds. That's
Like,
fucking sad.
We hope that doesn't happen.
Just a little bit right here. Those seeds are amazing. Here, Mando crossed with banana gun. Fuck, dude.
Yeah,
Another
well,
banana
I have some of them going, but
Mm.
Masonic has them going like way long time ago. Maybe they're already plants. So he'll know first what came out of it because I gave him some and he planted like he doesn't fuck around. He plants like 50 of each kind when like 600 seeds at a time.
Nice.
So he's a good person to see like, oh, what's in it?
Oh,
Because like I say, I don't make seeds. That was an accident, but hey, they could come out super bomb. It was a real male that you know, sprayed the room and
yeah.
pretty much hit everything else.
Yeah, that OG, man. That OG was fire.
That's the one that's the only one I'm messing with is that one. I have that going. See what's in.
Banana God's got to be fire too, though, because I just like Banana God so much that shit to me fucking got to be fire.
It's pretty good.
I love it. I don't know. I love that flavor. That's my funky flavor taste. You know, I like that weird funk.
I like the way Buddy just said it was a real male. It was a real male that seeded it. He was all buff and shit. He just come in there.
It wasn't a herm.
Well,
I heard. When he said that, I
in
heard
2015, I've grown for 34 years indoors. I only had seeds twice recently and in 2015. 2015 was Hermes seeds. I grew and cultivated a variety out of that was stable, but I didn't ever give anybody any of those seeds because I felt like, well, it came from a Hermes. But these ones came from a real male. So I think that makes a difference.
The real male.
That's what I meant.
Like Bruce Jenner male.
Yeah.
No, that was the first time around.
Oh, and then I found your seeds too, SoCal. I finally found them. I was like, fuck, what did I do with them? I finally found the ones that I didn't try to pop the first time. Hell yeah. I was excited about that shit. Crazy Uncle Josh.
Yep. Actually, Blind Cat is doing a massive pheno hunt for me right now on the Crazy Uncle Josh for a male and a female.
Oh yeah.
He just went into flower with everything. So once we find the winner, then
What are you looking for?
Good question. So when
right now, we're just looking for a solid female and a solid male to be able to basically preserve the line.
I got 5 of them, 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. I popped 5 and they didn't make it the first time, and I got 3 left. Should have 2 more somewhere stuck in this bag, actually.
Nice.
And I got the Mendos above it and another jar of the Mendos.
Those are we're looking for a new male for that right now too.
I told Johnny if he needed them to hit me up, so I could send him 1 pack of them at least if you guys need more to look through.
I think Thunder Dan might have a male for him.
Good. Nice.
So if Thunder Dan's Johnny's definitely got a phenomenal female of the Mendo Loco. He's not lying when he says you could throw that shit at a window and it would break it.
Yeah.
Here's Mr. Smiley coming in. I'll be right back. I gotta let these dogs in.
Yeah, so if Dan can find a good male, then we're gonna make some more of that Mendo Loco and
there's that
throw
Mendo.
that back out to everybody
1
too.
vial of Mendo, fucking still 1 vial glass with a little
Can
cork.
you remake that Mendo Loco, SoCal?
What's that?
You got the stuff to remake that Mendo Loco?
It's in the works right now. We're looking for a male.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got Blind Cat doing the Crazy Uncle Josh, and Thunder Dan's going to send a mail off to Johnny, and Johnny's got a stellar female, so we'll be getting some more of that out.
Nice.
How you guys doing?
Good, man. How you
Alright.
doing?
Good. Tired, but
You're probably moving pots tonight, weren't you? Or have been.
oh no, I was pruning tonight, but
Hey, I got some of the Smiley's Angels going in Monday, just to let you know.
that's what I heard. The Burnside, you're popping in Halloween.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that one, and I haven't decided what I'm gonna do next to it yet. But I'm gonna do a little winter experiment in the greenhouse. I mean, I figure, fuck it. I got the greenhouse. I got, sun all year long. Might as well see what happens if I just add some shitty little solar string lights, see if it even does anything to it. If it does, great. If it doesn't, great. It's still a fun fucking project, I mean, I don't have no fucking monstrosity greenhouse like Green Fingers over here.
Yeah.
But,
The greenhouse project.
dude, you can literally see his fucking greenhouse from space.
It sucks, dude. I hate it, dude. Fucking somebody told me that the other day on fucking Google. They were like, I saw your shit on Google, and they're like, fuck you.
Hey, Google Earth, your fucking greenhouse.
Fucking found me, dude. I'm like, you're such a dickhead.
shit.
Don't do that shit to me, fucking assholes, dude. Fucking bullshit. I'm like, thanks a lot, guys. It's funny, but it's not funny. It's like, I didn't know you live that close to this and this and this and this, and I'm like, fuck you.
Can't you know when don't you know, isn't there a way to find out when the satellite's going over, and aren't there people that do that shit where they like fucking post shit and like
Yeah. Some people publishing out there, write stuff on stuff. Do
I've
funny
seen,
things.
like fucking zoom in on some crazy shit where you're like, what the fuck is going on there, dude? Like,
They seen some weird murder shit going on one. Or like, what is this? Like, is that what it looks like? Or that two people with the shovel in the middle of a desert with a bag? Like, what the fuck? Like, some funky, crazy shit going on out there in the middle of the world. Like, what the fuck?
well, I don't know how much of that they can edit in too. Like, if that's
Yeah.
just, like,
Yeah. It could be good, real, but you never know. Could be fake as fuck.
Some
What
of
up,
the
Mr.
street views
Smiley?
that they do are pretty crazy.
It makes you think sometimes.
what's up, you go?
What's going on, man?
Fucking Friday, last Saturday now.
Oh, it's Friday.
It's still Friday. Have you been to bed yet? It's Friday.
Friday, dude. It just turned
Took a
12
nap.
on the West Coast, bro. Damn. It's Saturday now. Fuck. Time to party.
You got a party?
Party of one, green fingers.
Why is it
Fucking-
plural? Wouldn't it be green finger then?
Oh, it's like the part of
I don't know.
Hot Rod. You guys ever see Hot Rod? Anybody ever see the movie Hot Rod?
Hot Rod,
Yeah.
Hot Rod. I can't remember. I think I seen it with my dad. Comedy?
I think I've seen it, but I don't remember much of those. Put it that way.
Maybe a comedy, like a Will Ferrell flick or some shit.
They're all introducing each other, and they're like, "I'm the one that likes to party." You remember that? I'm Rod, and I like to party. No, I'm the one that likes to party.
That other dude, Island Boy guy.
Island Boy.
Not Island Boy. What the hell is it called?
Island Boy. Dude, the
Oh,
Island
oh,
Boy
there it
is
is.
you can fucking nuke a cockroach and they'll come back to life.
They are fucking full of controversy.
Doesn't matter. They got more fucking money than all of us. So
I know I
Everyone's
can say
laughing.
shit, but they're fucking full of controversy, and I'd love to fucking meet one in the fucking celebrity boxing ring.
I think they did that shit on purpose, dude. I don't know. But I mean, I don't know. You don't just get tats to fucking go viral online and look all stupid like they did, dude. Like, I don't know, but still.
They got that star power, bro. That fucking.
It was the reverse. They had all the tats and stuff. And goes, man, we got to do something because we just look fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what we got going on out
And
there.
I'll be honest, I honestly don't know who they are. I just know them from memes. That's it. And I'm going to keep it that way.
It's kind of genius, right? Like they fucking get on there and act stupid and then go viral and like they were booking I don't know, I seen it early on, they were like booking gigs and shit to sing that.
Dude, they still do. Like they can make you a fucking promo for your shit right now, whatever you want.
I'm good.
I mean, hey man, whatever, they're figuring it out.
Neil Gardens promo.
No,
Yeah,
definitely not
happening.
I'm an island boy and I watch the Weed Nerd World.
Yeah,
No, thank
yeah.
you.
I'm an island boy.
I have heard those kind of commercials too, like yeah.
Let's do it. Let's get the Ivan Boys to do a commercial for it for the
No.
Weed Nerd World. That would be so fucking hilarious, dude.
I think the funniest one was when the dude was like he was holding up the punching glove, and the other dude was freaking out, like fucking. Then he was all acting all tough, like, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
When he tried to kick it, it was so great with his fucking Louis Vuitton sandals or whatever, Gucci sandals, and he tried to kick that shit still.
Yeah, show him the kicks, man. Show him the kicks.
Yeah, see, we ain't even professional trainers or nothing. I was trying to brag about not knowing how to fight still.
It's funny as fuck, dude.
Chains all flopping around.
There was like no technique at all. Like he had no technique, no practice or nothing, dude. He was just fucking.
It was great, dude. I love that shit, dude. Comic relief right there. I sat there and watched that shit like 40, 50 times, crying my eyes out. I was like, damn.
Like Bruce Lee, huh? It's one way to do water, I guess.
Get high and do archery.
Oh, my.
I can't understand rolling the joint. It took me 2 minutes.
These dogs are something. They're on my schedule now to where they're just awake during show hours, wanting to play and shit. I don't like it.
When you're there.
I liked it when they slept during the show, though. They were so much nicer.
What's going on this weekend, man? Is there like some Halloween parties or some shit?
Where?
I don't know.
I'm just chilling at home. We'll go smoke my father-in-law out with some Burnside, I think. That's always fun. Get them all stupid. Mine's got a real lemon scent to it. I think there's a lemon in it.
See that? It's sour.
A sour, yeah. It's good as fuck, though. Stony as hell.
Yeah, I ain't got shit going on.
Shitty trims out.
So I caught just a little bit of a headline before jumping on, but I don't know if anybody else seen this, but like Paul Pelosi got fucking, some dude broke into the Pelosi's house and smashed him in the head with a hammer and shit.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
In the hospital with a cracked skull and shit.
Yeah, he's having brain surgery last I heard.
That's fucked up, man. Wow.
That's fucked up no matter what, man.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
matter
I'm not a
what.
fan of the Pelosi's, but that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's just fucked up.
Here's the fucked up part, though, is it's not out of the norm out here.
Mm-hmm. that kind of shit happens all the time with fucking that. If you have any
Right.
kind of war, like you have to have full-time security or any kind of thing like that, because these people are psycho and will break in your house to try to fuck you up.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know.
You're a celebrity out in these areas, and like,
Fuck, you don't even got to be
if you're a
celebrity.
politician, it's even worse. It's fucking some bullshit for everybody.
I
Sucks
wonder
to have
what
to
he would have
do
done
it
if
in order to-
Nancy was there. You know what I mean? Like he said, he had a Paul like tied up or some shit, and he was like waiting for
It's
Nancy.
crazy. It's fucking crazy.
I don't know, man. I kind of have this gut feeling that, we're 2 weeks out from a midterm election, and all of a sudden, fucking nutbag Nancy's house is getting fucking home invaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying red flag, false flags.
You never
Dude,
know,
he
right?
cracked his skull. Nobody's doing that shit. Josie Smollett didn't get his skull cracked, and his fake ass.
Yo, he's a pussy.
Yeah.
I think it's more the
I
other
think
way.
it's
The closer you're
staged.
getting, the more the fewer of these extra crazies are finally coming out. The closer it's getting.
Something like
I
that.
think is what it is.
Something's happening. It's all-
Unfortunately, I'm all the way around, just getting
Yeah.
crazier and crazier.
Well, either way, whatever the truth behind all of it is, they're already trying to turn it political.
Yep. It's not about a person being hurt. It's about fucking politics already. It's like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's some bullshit. If that happens to anybody that we know, it's not going to be like this fucking public anyways, for one. It's just going to be somebody got bludgeoned with a hammer, like a regular day. That happened to one of my good friends, got hit with some, they got in an argument. Somebody came, beat them almost to death, and he was going to be pronounced brain dead, like, but he came back somehow, and it was fucking amazing. Full recovery. And so there's hope for that kind of shit when people do get hit in the head with some blunt object, that a full recovery, right? 6 months later, he was able to walk, talk, and everything again. He had to relearn it all, but he relearned everything. So,
That's lucky.
yeah.
There's a guy
I
that
don't
they
know.
showing like psychology books and shit that think back like the 1800s. He got a railroad spike all the way through his head, like came through, like took out half his brain, and like he just stood there. He just like it didn't he lived through it and kept walking and talking, and like he lived for a while after that. I guess it like just fucking. They say he turned into like a mean spirited guy after that.
Yeah. Some guy.
Yeah, he's
just
on
found-
Happy Gilmore, wasn't he? The nail was coming out like next week.
Some guy was just found in New York with half his skull missing, and somebody like who's in the hospital doesn't remember how. He just remembers he's riding his bike down the street for pizza, and who told us that story? Missing half his fucking brain. I heard it somewhere on one of these shows. Fucking
In New York, it's gotta be Tao.
They don't remember how that shit happened, and he was in the hospital. Somebody reported it as like a hit and run or something. And he just don't know what happened. He thinks somebody that was powerful hit him or something, like a mayor or somebody, but like they didn't want nobody to know what happened. But half the skull was missing, and the doctors were questioning like, what the fuck did happen to you? Like, how did half your fucking skull go missing? But you get like somebody called the ambulance for you. Like, what the fuck happened? It's crazy.
Year.
Cheers, Mr. Hardy. How you doing this evening? Nice to see you, or to hear you.
I just woke up. How y'all doing?
Doing well.
Good.
There we go.
There he is.
There we go.
Cheers.
Hello, everybody. How y'all this morning?
Well,
Doing well so far.
I heard y'all talking about violence in Los Angeles, and I actually grew up, like, I went to high school in downtown Los Angeles, and drive-by shootings was kind of the norm when I was a kid. And we got rid of full auto assault rifles, and that kind of ended real quick. But yeah, I used to pick up a handful of bullet slugs walking across the street for lunch when I was a kid in Los Angeles. Violence is definitely not anything new. I just that whole little segment was kind of interesting how it was. They're turning it political. It's a false flag. Sorry, guys, but we're all. But he was saying, "Where's Nancy?" It was, yeah. It's kind of. But that has anything to do with weed. When I was a kid, I was walking down the street to buy weed, and I'd be picking up bullet slugs on the side of the road. Literally, I had to get off the bus in downtown Los Angeles to get the medicine that I would give to cancer patients, and I had to deal with gang warfare. Crips and Bloods and 18th Street Gang. And if I wore the wrong colored shirt, if I had the wrong plaid on, I could have gotten killed because of that. I remember watching in downtown Los Angeles as a kid in the mid 80s. I remember watching gangsters beating up gangsters of different colors, white people getting beaten up by colored people, and colored people beating up colored people. And the one thing I really remember was one day in Skid Row, Los Angeles, where I had to take 2 bus changes when I was 15 years old. I changed the bus twice down there. It was I remember watching cops getting pulled out of the car and the shit beat out of them down in Skid Row one time. That was pretty intense. I can remember the very day that Ron Reagan let out all the crazy people from the mental health institutions, and all of a sudden we went from having some homeless people to a shit ton of homeless people, and a lot of more veterans. And I remember one day that the street gangs were coming after me, but I'd been nice to all these new crazy veterans and give them cigarettes every day when I was waiting for the bus. And those guys came up and saved my ass from gangsters. It's literally just woke up testing my new trims. I got one of the best batches of Dr. Dream All Cure I've grown in years, and I was trimming it at like 4 o'clock and took a break, and it's now 1 a.m. because I just took a little weed break. And how y'all doing? Sorry, that's my wake up thoughts, and appreciate y'all.
Hell yeah.
Oh man, how's it going? Nice to meet you.
Happy Halloween!
Very much.
I like that one better.
Right? Happy Halloween! Let's break out some scary old school pumpkin hash.
You guys get into Halloween? Is anybody like dressing up?
My wife did today, Smiley. At her new
For
job
Yeah.
for work. So they're on a Zoom meeting, like 4 of them, and they go all fucking. She went all 80s gear and shit. So she's like the 80s rave rocker and stuff. They had her boss showed up on a like the little hoverboard thing with the ET thing in front. So she was wheeling around the whole office with a little ET guy on a little hoverboard. They had one guy, he's like 6'2". He come in full on elf outfit, not like Santa elf, like medieval elf, like Middle Earth elf.
Okay, it's not like Elf the alien elf.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's some pretty cool ones, I guess. So then they had like a cookie thing. So they brought in cookies, so they're all decorating them, and they had to judge them and stuff. And I'm like, well, where's your cookies? They didn't send any cookies to us to eat. So that was pretty cool. So they're like, yeah, you coming down for the Christmas party? And I looked at her and I'm like, if that's what they do for Halloween, fuck yeah, we're coming down to the Christmas party. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But, I don't got anything going on, that's for sure. So.
I'm actually don't have nothing going on, but I'm hoping everybody will dress up for the Halloween Weed Nerd if they pop on. I'm hoping that they will dress up and be somewhat festive. Even the Major says he's got a costume. He was even saying he's got a costume. He's dressing up.
Really?
So yeah.
Gonna be an auto smoker, you said.
I can paint with a glove on.
Like I'm gonna be an
I
auto
can paint with a glove on, he says. Can you paint with like you could be like a Freddy Krueger with like fingered instead of knives, you got fucking paintbrush fingers there.
What do you call it? Edward painting fingers.
Edward, there you go. Even better.
Edward paintbrush fingers or something.
I will buy the Zoom if you want. I will buy the Zoom filters if you do choose that as a costume. If you can own that the whole episode, I'm good with that, I guess.
I got a painting I'm showing on the screen there.
With a bird, and then they'll have it.
Oh, pretty awesome there.
That's from
Oh, dope.
that's from Halloween, actually November 1st, Dia de Muertos, 18 years ago. After I had knee surgery, it was my first day back out skiing, but we had a 3-foot snow dump on Halloween, and it cleared out for the evening. The evening before this image was created, I was skiing at sunset in pure orange light on Halloween. It's a pretty powerful memory for me. That fella, he no longer exists. He went hiking one day and never came home. And like 3 years after we went missing, they started finding bones of his coming off the side of the mountain under a cliff. Yeah. And that's what the hardcore, actually, that's my buddy Hardcore. You all know what the THC strain is.
Was that 91?
So who's taking that picture? Like,
I took the photo. I'm holding the camera right now. I took the picture of my buddy skiing, and then I oil painted that. That's a 24 by 30, or 24 by 40.
Wow.
That is bad.
So, that was a real picture.
Give you an idea there.
Yeah.
Look at that. Holy
You
shit.
oil painted that?
That's an oil painting I made.
That's badass.
I thought it was an actual photo.
Yeah, I was thinking it was a photo too. I was like, what?
Right.
No, that's fucking great, man.
Oh, yeah,
No,
that's
thanks,
sweet.
guys. Appreciate that. That's one of the best paintings I ever did. And he went missing a few days after.
I'm sorry to hear
He
that.
brought it by the house and asked me to watch it for a week. And yeah, that's one of my best Halloween memories. Was going out skiing that night and the next day with him on the Day of the Dead.
Was that 91?
No, 18 years ago. My daughter had just been born. Yeah, so 91, I was like on leathers and skinnies in the high Sierras back once upon a time ago.
I just remember we got slammed with like 3 feet of snow on Halloween, the night before Halloween one year in 91.
Right on. Where was that at?
In Minnesota. Remember,
Nice.
you knew which houses had candy because they had the tunnel shoveled out to their fucking door.
Epic. Nice. Yeah.
An easy way to skip Halloween there. Fuck, I ain't shoveling that shit. They want candy, they can shovel
myself,
TV.
I've been doing dead shows since 44 years. And I think probably 37 of those, Halloween was some event, whether Grateful Dead or Further or Bobby or this, some concert, Dead concert, which Halloween, yeah, Dead heads know how to dress up. I'll tell you that much.
You just take the acid and everything's dressed up.
Yeah. A couple times the band even would dress up.
What was your wildest costume, buddy, in all them years?
Never.
You never dressed up? You never?
Not even as a kid. No. As a kid, I rejected all that shit. Halloween, Christmas. I like, nah. I didn't. No, none of it. To this day, I hate all that shit.
All right.
Yeah.
I just figured if they were having a party and he was going to 30.
Oh, I go. But no, I don't dress up.
He was the hippie.
One, not even a clown nose. Just wear
Nah.
one of those.
Tie-dye,
head
to toe.
I wasn't alone. I wasn't alone. You know, we just went to the show and looked at everyone else. Yeah, I guess we were too cool to do that shit, or I don't know. I just hate. I never. No.
He's wearing tie-dyes top to bottom.
Well, I mean that was normal. Like even if dress up like that, that's how I am. So why? That's not a costume.
But people dress up like hippies, like me for Halloween.
Yeah, people do that. I see it. That's probably one of the, maybe not the most common one, but it's a go-to because it's pretty easy to people to accomplish that without spending money.
Right.
You see the new Halloween memes on IG for like the new hash Rajan chick, and it's just a cute chick in a dress, like basically the IG girl.
Oh, really? I've seen some of those that costume going up with a bunch of
Yeah, 1986 guy or whatever. That one was just a mustache and a hat, and the guy just couldn't stop talking about 1985 or whatever. It's like just crazy shit.
Well, I'm not going, but I know Billy Strings is somewhere doing this Halloween show. I think it might be in New Orleans. But like his show, I already think is a costume because like when I go, most people dress up like cowboys, even though they in their real life they're not. You know what I mean? Like everybody puts boots and hats on and acts like they're shit kickers, even though they sit at a desk and do a 9 to 5. You know?
Right.
That was like going to a Grisman Garcia concert. You'd get a whole bunch of people dressing up like they're biker hippie types, and they were all city folks coming out to the shows. That was in 92, 91.
Yeah. Well, Alex, I was at all that stuff. I recognize you from those days. Even when I
Yeah.
first saw you on the Future Cannabis Project, I was like, oh man, that's that deadhead that was always around.
Nice. I came up with a theory at dead shows. When you meet people, it's like we've all seen each other 100 times before. We just haven't happened to be in each other's presence to shake each other's hand yet.
Well, I know. I just came from a couple shows, and
Nice.
it's literally. I know so many people after 44 years. It's so fucking crazy,
Right?
like, yeah.
When you go to a show, buddy, how many people like that do you normally like? You meet up like a group. It's like there's like maybe a group of 5 or 60 every time, or
No.
or is it just like one or two?
By the time I hug and say hi to all my friends, before the show starts, is at least 50. Right.
Okay.
And then, like, depending how the night goes, sometimes I start avoiding people because I'm just sick of it. But
Well, yeah.
and half the time, like, I don't know, I'm not the best with names, so like people remember my name. I have no fucking memory of half of them. But
Those are the worst.
right, and
Like, what the
COVID
fuck do you know
kinda
about me? 'Cause I
changed
don't remember you.
things. Like I was never huggy that much, but so like now I have a reason to like. People used to think, like, would comment to my wife, "What's wrong with him?" Like, because people think hugging is like mandatory. You know, I don't like hugs. I don't hug people.
I'd give
Yeah.
you a hug, buddy, if I seen you.
I take hugs when they're given to me, but I don't force my hugs onto people.
Yeah, no, I like avoid them. I avoid them.
Bear hug people and just
But
attack
but now
people.
that we're in like post COVID, some of that shit's cool. Like I was like, I share weed, or I would smoke my part of a joint and then pass it, but I don't want it back. I was that way before COVID. Like I guess maybe it's slightly germaphobe.
See, I would think
Not really. I live like a slob, but like when it
Other
comes to
people's
people,
germs. Yeah.
I know from like all the years of being at concerts, oh, you just call it funk. Like I don't know if it's a cold or a flu,
Mhm.
but you go to a run of shows, and if there's
Crowd cough.
going around, you're leaving with it. And
Mhm.
yeah, that sucks. And actually, now that we have like COVID, I've been to like as many shows, not as many, but almost the last 2 years we've been rocking. Now I don't even get the cold or the flu, nothing. Cause like, and I don't wear a mask or anything, but yeah, you just are a little more hyper vigilant with people and their fucking germs.
I'm a hugger. If
Yeah.
you fucking met me 9 times out of 10, I bet you I'd give you a hug.
The other time he's grabbing your ass.
Yeah, okay.
Don't give him your number. He sends you dick pics all the time, too.
Yeah, the dick pics are mandatory. Yeah. If you don't get one of those, you really don't. You don't let it.
I'm glad I didn't share my number with him then.
Kind of gets annoying, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm trying to eat dinner, and all of a sudden I get a text, and it's a fucking dick pic from the back.
From the back.
I send people pictures of Dick Cheney and Dick Van Dyke and all
Same here.
sorts of other unsolicited dick pics all the time.
Exact two pictures.
That was
There's a
Oh,
picture
that'd
of
be
a dick
fucking
on a
great.
guitar pick.
Buddy.
Hey, there you go. Look, he's got his fingers.
There you go. Working on it already.
The Freddy Krueger paint fingers.
Oh shit, you already got them up and running?
That's innovation right there, Ryan.
You can't share a pipe with someone with fingers like that.
Have you ever seen them artists that
How you
can do
gonna
that
smoke,
shit where they
right?
draw? They got this apparatus that's like 3 pencils on one, and they'll draw 3 different fucking pictures with that thing, dude. And they'll just like it's
That's a weird one.
That's
That's
fucking crazy talent.
They're set at 3 different angles. The pins ain't all touching at the same time, is the best I can tell. They're jumping between each one and slightly changing the dangle of the angle of the pencil. Right?
Yeah, I agree, but still, even so, that's more talented
yeah.
to fucking draw 3, and they look badass, you know. All
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, no, that's I ain't taking nothing for that. I'm severely dyslexic. I can't draw a straight line, and I spent a huge portion of my life trying to be able to force myself to be able to create imagery like that people would say it looks like a photograph, right? It's not. I can't do it in a drawing, right? You know, all the erasing and stuff in the world because the way my brain works, I can't get the lines exactly where I want them. But yeah, that's impressive shit.
Dude, they do this art prize here in Grand Rapids. You guys have probably heard about it. It's pretty known, but the art prize, we went during the day one time, and they have artists that are there, you know, doing paintings or different shit. One of the coolest ones I saw, this guy had a fucking canvas that was on a wheel, like a wheel of fortune, and it just spin it like that. He had a lady sitting there that he pulled out of the crowd. He fucking would spin that canvas, and it looked like he was just fucking throwing paint at it. You know what I mean? It didn't look like he was doing shit, and the canvas was spinning so fast that you were like, how the fuck would he do anything? You know what I mean? And he stopped it, dude, and it was like he had it sitting still, painted a portrait of that lady. You couldn't tell that it was some fucked up way that he did it. It was like, holy shit, man. Like, what the fuck? But I'd never seen nothing like that. Like, how could you even learn to do something like that? You know what I mean? Like, your brain.
It's like me dry farming weed in the fucking desert and getting crystal nuggets with fucking 6 inches of rain. Dude's been doing it for a minute to figure that out.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw this reel where it starts off. It was on IG. Maybe somebody else saw it. Like, it's just like a camera set up across this little creek, and then you start seeing this hand, and what happens, and at first I thought, oh, this is some kind of camera trickery, right? Because in this minute, small painting, the person, you can't tell who it is, paints exactly the river, the shore, every little part, and then, like, to show you it's not a trick, like pulls, like moves it.
Literally,
right, and then puts it back, and I was like, holy shit. But the detail that he was real quick, he was like, and you could see the little palette of paint he had, you know, mixing colors, and just nailed it, like, perfect. I was like, holy shit, that's crazy.
Small card like that.
Even crazier than the painting is setting up your camera to the perspective that gets that card, the small painting, to take up the exact space in the freaking image. That's a fucking insane equation of its own.
Because that's what I was looking at and trying to decipher. It's one of those things where at first you're like thinking it's camera trickery or, you know, something like that, or, you know, whatever, editing, or, but the way it's done is to prove to you that it isn't. And yeah, I don't think it was. Like, when he moved it, I was like, holy shit, that's real. Yeah.
I love those.
Did you see they canceled that art thing though, Smiley? This is the last year for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. I wanted it. We'd never gotten over there. We wanted to get over there, but yeah, some of the stuff they do is amazing.
Oh, dude, some of those things were unreal. There was one lady's that I remember, because I hadn't been in a few years. It was like a line. There was a line drawn on the floor, okay? And if you were up close to this wall, it was just a bunch of bottle caps on the wall. It was like different caps from different bottles or whatever, like plastic bottles. But if you stood at the fucking line, it was a self-portrait of the lady. And it looked just like her, too. It was unreal. It was 3D, dude. It was fucking sick. But you had to stand right at the line, and it would just appear like that. But if you stepped aside or you looked any other way, it looked like a wall with a bunch of fucking plastic caps taped to it or whatever.
Well, I've only seen video of these things that they do, especially at Burning Man. This guy really went off. He's the same guy that did the first one at the Olympics in China. But it's like, I think he's up to like 10,000 drones he uses, right? But if you, especially out at Burning Man, out in the open desert, the shit that this guy's able to do, like go from like a perfect face, huge, and then it just can morph into anything, your imagination, and back into this and that, and everything imagination could put out. But it's all done with drones, with LED lights. It's almost like a TV screen at a certain point because there's so many of them, and they're just LED lights. Well, that's what's inside a TV. But yeah,
is that the guy that did the Super Bowl a year or two ago?
Yeah, and he did. He's also did this thing this year. You can search it on YouTube. Burning Man. Holy fuck, man!
Yeah, that thing's that's fucking crazy.
That's
yeah,
like,
like 1,000.
Like that makes fireworks show look lame. Like at this point, why blow shit up and all that? Just do shit like that with drones.
No, you need to blow shit up.
Yeah,
I like
gotta blow shit up. Fireworks isn't about the sparkle; it's about the blowing shit up.
Are from San Diego, where like our big claim to fame is we had like the biggest show or whatever. I don't know how many years ago it was, but it all went off at once. Do you guys remember that? Like they had a malfunction.
About that.
I remember hearing
Yeah,
that.
well, there's footage of it. Literally,
Look at
like,
the atomic bomb went off.
yeah, like 20-minute show went off in the exact same moment, right?
Yeah, that was
the big colossal fuck up.
So they call it we got two bays in San Diego. We got San Diego Bay, which everybody hears about, and Mission Bay, which is a little man-made fucking shithole. And they do this. They set up a whole shitload of barges in the San Diego Bay. And they call it, now they haven't been calling it this since, but they used to call it the Big Bay Boom.
Yeah.
And
see why they renamed it.
Yeah, one of the dudes fucked up and he lit, I think it was 3 or 4 barges, all went up in one fucking big old bang. That shit was
I'll tell you what, though, that'd be fucking great. That'd be the way I want to see it, honestly, at the end of the day. Let's just see that shit go off all at once.
So sick.
Well, some of that is that, and then that created the show they do now where they have it all on different barges. And every city tries to make claims, but San Diego, I guess, is on the West Coast, claims to have the biggest, most, because it's like 4, and they're far enough apart that different crowds go to different places to see what, but the barge is the same show. It's just all over the place or something like that.
You ever do the Bay City fireworks, Eagle?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Bay City
they go
throws
for 3
down.
days. Yeah, they do 3 days here for Bay City.
Yeah.
And it's like hardcore, all out. I don't know if they do it so much, but yeah, it used to be that way. Because it's
in my opinion, they used to be like the best show in Michigan was Bay City. That was the one.
That was better than Detroit, the one they show on TV.
I can't think of the name of it, but my friend goes every year. It's like in January, February in Lake Havasu for 1 week. It's not really for the public, but public sneaks in or goes or something. There's these families and companies. Most of the companies are families. There's a few of them that are the top fireworks people, right? They do all the work and all around the world. A lot of them. They have this like camp out festival out by Lake Havasu every year, and they blow shit up. That's where they test new fireworks for the next year.
Oh, Jesus
season.
Christ.
And
could you imagine that?
Each night, a different company gets to do their thing, and I've never gone, but my friend tells me it's the most epic thing. You meet all these people. It's like
a big dick swinging contest.
It's a whole it's a
with
whole
explosions.
Yeah, these are the people that make their living doing it, and like for the most part, it's like family businesses, generational.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Into it.
You haven't seen a fireworks show until you've been down to the desert with SoCal on fucking New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I remember driving up PCH on 4th of July as a kid, young teenager. My dad lived in Newport Beach, Corona del Mar, Balboa Island area, and we would drive up towards Huntington. And I remember driving along the sand dunes, Huntington there, and it being like, Dad going, this is like he was in the army. This is like a fucking war zone. There'd literally be smoke rolling over, and like rolling over the highway from the sand dunes. There'd be so many people partying out there. Right? We always went down to Mexico to get our fireworks from down there.
Yeah,
and some fun stuff for sure. I made a lot of money firefighting on 4th of July.
Yeah,
That's the
well, that's
blast.
the thing. Yep.
I used to get to light whole mountains on fire with a 55-gallon drum of diesel and gasoline hanging off the back of a helicopter. But
Well, I have like a
it's
collection
wild.
of like the kind that are like 16 go at once. My friend brings them from Vegas, but the only times I'll
Vegas.
even consider it where I live is the day after it rains. Any other
Yep.
time, nope, not
Yep.
anymore, because I'm not responsible for burning down these hills. No way. So, but if it
Them.
rains, I'll even do it in the rain. Fuck it, if it's light enough, because that's the only time. Like it used to be. Oh, fuck it, do it all the time, but no.
The best
I drive.
fireworks stand I've ever seen is there at the Mopa Indian Reservation between St. George and Vegas on the 15 freeway.
Oh
And they
no,
got-
you got to Moapapayu, India. Yeah, that place was fucking cool. It's like
Right?
a
Well,
Costco
isn't
of
there like
fireworks.
there's like this weekend, most like my guy that brings them, they put them on sale like super cheap every year to blow them out to bring in the new ones.
I bet.
There's like a time of year, like yeah.
I need to
I'm
I
not.
need to
I
find
just
that out.
am the guy that will trade weed for fireworks. So, but my friends, they are into. Two of them are like super into that shit, dude. My one
Really?
friend, you go to his house, he has like a pallet.
Yeah.
It's like a pallet of this shit.
Yeah.
He collects it.
Dude, we go up to
Boss is like that. He fucking spends like $5,000 on fireworks and shit. He has a
Yeah.
pallet of-
Well, they cost like some of those super good ones. Like they do cost money, man. Ain't no joke.
Oh yeah.
It was me before I moved north, man. As you kind of touched on there, buddy, man. Down south, downstate, man, I fucking blew shit up. And then when I come up here and moved in the middle of the fucking pine trees and shit, I didn't like that shit, man. I was like, I'm same one. I ain't gonna be the one to burn down this forest. Where I owned the property I owned at that time. Fucking that shit burned down in 96. And I was like, ain't no way. Them fucking weekenders would come up and light shit off, and I'd be just like you. You got to fucking Jesus, put that shit out. It's fucking too dry for that shit. Yeah, totally opposite when I moved up here. I still love fireworks, but I don't like them when they're lit up around the house. That's for sure, man.
You don't like when you're not the one lighting them.
Growing up in SoCal, LA, and San Diego, the latest trend on well, New Year's or any 4th of July, they'll have this like footage from the basin of LA in the evening, and it isn't fireworks. It's literally tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people shooting off guns in the air. Like that's like what it's come to. Like people don't fuck with fireworks; they just shoot their fucking guns off. But every bullet that goes up got to come down. Shit. Then I saw a news story once. Yeah, people have holes in their roof. And sure, somebody's been fucking hit by it.
That's crazy.
Like shooting a gun up in the air is like probably the dumbest thing.
Yeah,
I don't
used to
know.
dump and hide out here, like in the desert where I used to live, the Coachella Valley. All the houses would face one mountain, so everybody faced towards that mountain, like, and shoot their guns, and like you'd hear the bullets fucking zing, bing, bouncing off shit, ricocheting, hitting the sand. You're like just hiding underneath the shed. You're like, fuck, dude, like, we're gonna get fucked up.
People don't realize those bullets come down.
Yeah,
What goes
my
up
car
has
was
to come
before.
down.
Broke my back window.
I lit my mom's house on fire in Arcadia, California with a ladyfinger firework, the little teeny jumping jacks that would If you threw them, they'd spin through the air.
Yeah, they don't sell those no more.
I seen them there in Moapa a month or so ago, but you don't see them all over the place. That's for sure. And I was in Michigan in a dairy farm when I was 15, and we went, I think, to Ohio and bought them, smuggled them back into Michigan, and then I smuggled them back to California. And yeah, we're all standing around the front yard, like just one at a time, throwing them. There's 10 of us standing there going, "This is great fun." And one of them went right into the freaking English Tudor, built in the 1920s craftsman style home roof, all wood shake shingle.
Oh,
In middle of summer, late August. Luckily, we're all standing there watching it, and the hose got on it. Someone crawled on the roof, and someone crawled into the attic, and yeah, it filled the whole fucking house up with smoke real quick. That was
scary, man. That's what I don't like about them, dude. It goes crazy. It don't go the way you planned. I've seen so many crazy things, like the mortar falls over and shit, and it fucking shoots down the street. We were lucky as hell one time, dude. We had a back of a minivan. It was me and my buddy, and we had all the kids. You know, he had his family, my family. We were all hanging out, and that was our thing. We were gonna light off. He bought some, I bought some. They were in the back of the minivan, and one of the kids fucking lighting one of the sparklers, threw it in the van on top of one of the biggest box ones that we had. And luckily we were standing there and we heard the fucking fuse light off, and we were like, holy shit, and we grabbed it and chucked it out into the, you know what I mean, out of the van or whatever, and it just fucking lit off. For like, we sat there like, holy shit, dude, the whole vehicle would have been gone, totally gone.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was real close. Like, that was like my last thing. I'm like, fuck fireworks, dude, I ain't playing with that shit no more.
That's crazy.
we used to go to Mexico quite a bit as kids. We go down hunting and fishing, hanging out.
Back in the early days, you could buy fireworks right at the border. Like mariachis or what? No, piñatas and clay pots and fireworks. Right as you were crossing the border, they were you could buy them.
Chiclets, the little candy. But we would go down and stay on the beach and stuff and different playas, and we'd figure out, between the 5 kids, we'd figure out what was the best shop in town for buying the best fireworks. And our thing was, 4 boys, we'd get as much as we could, as we had pocket change for, and we'd stand on the beach throwing M80s and bottle rockets at each other. Just stand right far enough to where they couldn't quite hit each other. But those things were like handmade. And
how close did you get before you figured out how far away you had to get?
Well, we weren't really trying to hit each other, but the most dangerous part was literally these things were handmade. So every one of them had like a different fuse run. And like you'd light it, you look at the fuse and judge how fast it was going to see you could chuck it, right? And try and have it blow up in the air, kind of like up in front of somebody, and because it was always louder in the air. And that one time I light it, I look at it, and it's almost into the fucking explosive before I'm looking at it, right? It burned so fast, and I got it cocked up, ready to throw, and I was still pulling back, and it blew up in the full of my hand right next to my ear.
Oh.
Right? Oh, the fun times we did stupid shit as kids that we survived our immortality from.
Oh, yeah. Cheers to them.
I can almost still feel that pain.
Jesus Christ. There's a lot of people get hurt with them every year,
man. Yep. That's why a lot of people can't make a fist or jerk off with that hand anymore.
Well, they say I'm an alien, so I heal just fine. I can jerk off still.
But have you seen them people that light them off in like a garage? Those like 4 buddies will have, empty garage, and they'll light off like one of the fucking bounces all around and shit, and boom, sparks all through there. It's like, yeah, you're the dumbasses that make these fucking injury counts go up, like, fuck.
We had the bright idea of dropping them upside down into the big Fanta 3-liter bottles and then screwing a lid on it, and then playing juggle with it, like hot potato with it to see who got it before it fucking blow up. That was intelligent there.
Yeah.
Do that with the works in aluminum foil, allegedly.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I got allegedly. Yeah, we allegedly did that a few times. That does the job.
Got ever cut a tennis ball open and fill it with gas and then play hot potato?
No.
No.
Yeah, we used to do that now in the middle of the desert. Catch that field on fire hella times.
Yeah,
Palomas.
we learned the hard way as kids that I say kids, we're like high school, but we learned the hard way that a little bit of dry ice inside of a 2-liter bottle will allegedly sink a rental boat at the lake.
Oh my goodness.
All bad ideas. PSA. All bad ideas. Do none of these things. Do none of these things.
In the past, do not
Thank you.
do any of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
stories.
None of this is endorsed.
Yeah.
I was bringing up the
Adults
firefighting because there's ways you can legally do fun stuff like and be a pyro. I have it's not right here. I have a backpack that I like to show off that I used to get to carry like 24 pounds of how many did I put in? They used to put in like 8 6-pounders on me and explosive charges, hand charges. And we'd carry them up the ridges after the storm or while it's still storming. And I was always a spotter. I never really got to throw the charges, but as a ski patroller, you get to do some really fun fireworks. And but they're phasing that stuff out. But yeah, like a 6-pound, 8-pound charge of dynamite 10 feet away from you in like 10 feet of snow is pretty exciting.
Okay, that's a word for it.
You're wild, man. Hell yeah.
My first night I ever slept at a ski resort, I woke up to what I thought was the snowcat having run into the side of the building. And it was an old rickety wooden building, and I'm sleeping on the floor, and the whole thing just boom shakes and sit up. And everyone been drinking the night before, so everyone else is asleep, and I'm just going, "Snowcat hit the building! Snowcat hit the building!" And everyone's just like, "What the fuck are you talking about, man?" And all of a sudden, the whole building shakes again. And I'm like, "Oh, there's a 70mm howitzer right over our head, like 100 feet, shooting off avalanches." And now that's yeah. Nah, I ain't never been to war, but that's what we're celebrating though, is warfare, right? And that's the tool of war. And so it gets crazy here, this little story. Here in Utah, people can keep cannons in their front yard, right? It's and like I got cannonballs and shit sitting around somewhere, but there's 3 cannons in my neighborhood here, little subdivision.
Usable cannons, not just like show cannons. Usable cannons. You can have a usable cannon.
You can have a fucking usable cannon. They make them. They're like homemade fucking cannons, no less, right?
Where? I want to move there.
Right. Utah's kind of like,
Are you limited to one?
There's more concealed carry permits than there are citizens because they'll give them to anybody, right? And they go interstate, but we have a gunning range right here. We got a gunning range and so they do test gunning and shit. And so like my windows rattle once a month when they're doing their testing, right? And but it gets even crazier because you get up to Alta and you can hear the fucking explosives from the Kennecott mine going off on a blue day. And they'll blast the fucking however many fucking million cubic feet of rock off the side of this pit that they're pulling copper and gold out of. And it shakes the fucking atmosphere, right? Explosions up kind of fun.
Well, I live right on the back hill, mountain or hill from Camp Pendleton on the back side where I can't even tell you. I don't know exactly. I know they shoot off 50 cal. Maybe they have a 70. They got Black Hawk training to fly these fucking beasts around. There's these bombs in the last few years. that are like sonic. Like it feels like they're sucking air out of the atmosphere. Like even though I'm like miles away from it, you hear this, like you feel it. It's weird.
That's what they're doing.
They got all kinds of shit. I know from the back gate, they buy all kinds of old beater mobile home, like triple mobiles, because they build these little fucking little towns, and then they blow the shit out of them, and they build them, and they blow the shit. And when you listen to what's going on, like in my imagination, because I've never seen it, like even with the 50 cal, I always imagine there's like a line of guys in boot camp, new, and they each get to come up and go pop, 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 and then he gets out and a new guy gets on. Pop, 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 pop. That's what it sounds like it's happening all hours of the day and night. They don't give a fuck if it's 3 a.m.
1986, I went through there for training, and that's exactly what's going on. And it's freaking. It's
somebody told me every 50 caliber bullet is like $5.70, and that thing's going.
My brother was paying $10 for him at the turn of the century. I haven't talked to him about his 50 caliber in years, but my brother had one Jeep mounted once upon a time ago. Yeah, that shit ain't cheap, but it's not just the 50 calibers. They got the armored vehicles with the
I say, they have this private piece of property that's right along my road that they do like practice landings for the Blackhawks. And sometimes from right here off my patio, I don't know how close it is. It's close enough that I can see it, like up close. And I'm sure it's not all armed, right? But that thing's a killing machine. That's all. Like I see a lot of helicopters. Man, you see one of those ones, like a true Black Hawk, you're like, holy fuck. That thing is a fucking killing machine. No joke.
There was a gunship came flying up Little Cottonwood Canyon, all fully rigged with but it's kind of funky when you're in the wilderness like that, in the land that you love, in the country that, and I ended up not going through military service. I ended up sticking with civil service, just conscientious objection, and already when I was 15 years old. But I was up in the high Sierras in Yosemite one time when a couple of fighter jets came peeling through on their side wings and through the pass underneath me. Freaking talk about power and energy, and just rocks were rolling down the side of the fucking mountain. They weren't supposed to do that. I was a hella repeller there in the park, and the prospect of being on a mission when some rogue jets came through was really scary. But I'm sure they were having fun.
The only thing I ever seen growing up was where I grew up was in between 2 air bases, the one up north by Eagle, and the one down south by me now. And so we just have C-130s fly over, like 4 or 5 of them at a time, but they'd be 200-300 feet off the ground. I mean, they were flying like super low, and those are big fucking planes.
Yes.
Then you see a lot of A-10s. So
they have the Auspice, I guess it's called, that thing with like 2 propeller helicopter. It's a weird looking thing. I don't know what it's really designed for, but even when you see it flying, it seems like awkward. But the thing about this landing thing they do is there's always 2 of them. One kind of flies this upper, I guess, lookout. Well, the other one, and it's not always Blackhawks, it's all the helicopters. The way they land helicopters, I guess, in war in Afghanistan, Iraq, or wherever, but they don't come in for like a normal. They do these dive bombs where literally a helicopter's going like almost vertical, and then they pull up, right? Not at the last second, but a lot. Nope. They don't come in like this. They do these, and that's what they practice. Like you sit here and watch. You're like, holy shit!
That air base
straight down, and then it lands, and then they take off, and then he watches, does the same thing where the other guy does it.
That air base just above me, Camp Grayling, that Big Jar is referring to, man. full swing during the summer months when they're doing test shit like that, man, you could feel the house shake and everything else when they were doing their shit up there. Man. They do not fuck around at Camp Grilling. And they're actually trying to expand that camp, man. We're actually a lot of counties around it, because it's like in the center of 4 are fighting it, and because they're trying to expand that thing almost to double the size it is right now for more purposes, training purposes.
But it brings
crazy.
money and jobs.
It's what the national forest or some forest up there they want to take over, isn't there?
Yeah.
They don't want to take it over. They just want to be able, hey, for like 2 weeks out of the year, we're going to use the forest, but you guys can use it any other time.
Military
That's
training
all I
on
heard
national
about it. I
forest.
have no idea.
They
Starting
want
lots of
to claim
fires.
the land.
Oh,
Sorry.
they've already burned it down a few times up there, right?
Yeah, no, that's some of the worst fires that we ever deal with is military exercises. And it's like, guys, just fucking wait till it rains. Put this shit off or think a little bit. Don't be fucking shooting explosives in the fucking dry shit.
I think about half the fires that have left base and caused houses to burn down in our area, and there's a couple lawsuits about it, are on the base. Even recently, they passed a law that now their assets, without having to go all the way to the president, for God's sakes, can be used in a fire situation. But it used to be, they would literally fight the fire with their assets, which are pretty much right to the border of their base, but they couldn't cross over. But then when we're under these super red flags where they're telling people not to use any weed whackers,
Don't
like there's
smoke
this
outside.
level, they're still over there doing their exercises. Like when like that is the most dangerous, like what you're saying, the most dangerous time, like shooting off gun, doing this, all of it. And they start a lot of fires. A lot of times they never get off base, but there's smoke. Like when you go to look to see if there's a fire because you see smoke, if it's on base, it won't be on, what do you call it, the CDF? It has like this website, the whole California shows pretty much immediately where any fire, little all the way to Houston. Oh, if it's on base, no, you can tell there's a fire, fucking smoke out the whole valley. But if you go to see where it's at, if it's on base, they won't report it.
It's burnt so much that it doesn't burn so hot on the base anymore. All that shit's been, it burns less than 20 years for any given spot there on that base. But that's my very first, one of my very first fires. Not my very first, but with the hand crew, it's 400 Liggett there in Central California, San Luis Obispo. And man, yeah, they were doing exercises and lit the place up in the middle of summer. And so some of the, I'd say maybe a third of the fatality fires I worked on happened to come from, and it's not necessarily the military, but they start these fires and then somebody ends up one way or the other fighting it, or somebody out in the wild gets caught, or it's definitely, that's our government though. That's part of the price, and that's like not left or right. That's what, our machine that we're all, we can't separate ourselves from. And if we're just a monk living in a cave in the trees.
But couldn't we approach it where if we know that fire is part of nature, right? Like ultimately when an area gets to a certain point, like whether we were here at all or not, there would be fires, right?
Yeah.
And they would burn out and regrow, burn out and grow. That we should approach it with like more control burns, like not on the dumb scale we do now, but on a grander scale, and just accept that, hey, well, this was going to happen. It's like 25 years since it's happened. We're just going to make it happen and control it.
Let me tell you a little story about California. And it's not California, it's just people, because people in California come from all over the place, right? My grandparents ended up in California at the end of World War II because they were in the military, and my parents met, and here I am, right? And so I came from there and left there. I love it there. And there's all sorts of layers of what to love and what not to love. And so I got my degree in forestry fire management from Cal Poly, and I looked around at the 3 most fire trap, fire prone areas within driving distance for me, and I decided I'm starting my business out of college. I'm going to consult people about how to clean up and do exactly what you're talking about, and do fire preventive maintenance to keep them from having their houses burned down. And I put 1,000 flyers out in these different neighborhoods, and I got one call from a little old lady who didn't have no money, who asked me to come help her out with her property, and then like 50 calls from angry citizens who were wondering why I littered their neighborhood with my flyers. Right. And I know now the laws are a lot more strict and force those people to take care of the properties, but ignorance is the biggest thing. It doesn't matter where or what, or it's not just California, right? It's like how many people stayed in Florida with the fucking deadly hurricane burrowing down, right? And it's super unpredictable, both of those things.
What you just said about the enforcement, the way it goes now.
Yeah.
If they come out and give you notice saying that you didn't do weed abatement, this, that, 50 yards from your house, all the shit, they'll give it to you, notice, and then they'll come and they hire a private company and do it. But the bill will be like so fucking outrageous. You'll be like, holy fucking shit, right? And if you don't pay them, it just goes a lien on your fucking thing.
Right.
So people do it now. People don't fuck around because like they actually do that to people where, they just send a crew, they do it. It's really expensive and you end up like fucked either way.
30 years ago when I was still there, they would if you were a super fire hazard and it was after I think they gave you 3 notices and they brought the inmate crew in and did it. And I'm sure some private company sued and said the state can't use private or can't use the inmates. You got to pay us to do it. And that got even more expensive. Right.
And twice, like I had the fire come right into my driveway. They dumped the orange shit right there. But when I witnessed what went on in the 2 different fires that happened in my area, people's houses that did do those things, they fucking protected like you wouldn't believe. Other properties where people didn't do that shit, they just let that shit burn. That's how that you saw them do that. That's just the decisions the fire department made. But if you had the 50 feet, whatever the fuck, all the shit, you saw them like, they let the fire go here, there, and all this other place. But when it came to someone's property, they bring in the whole fucking arsenal for whatever amount of time to save it.
You could fit in there.
You had cooperated with
you could fit in there with living space. Fire expands out from where, there's only so much. There's it's a partnership type of thing. And the number one thing in firefighting is you're going to go home as a firefighter at the end of the day. You're not going to go, nobody's house is worth your life, right? Your child's father's life, right? So it's someone made the choice to live in that environment, knowing very well. It's like up at here, it's a totally different thing, but it's the same thing here in Utah. They had to make it illegal for people. I used to go hiking pre-dawn on snow days, and they would shut down and shoot the howitzers at the side of the mountain. And I had to run up the side of the mountain where they shoot the howitzers before and ski down in the dark on the other side, right? It's totally illegal now because people hear me tell these stories and they would try and do the same fucking thing, and they'd be on the side of the mountain when the howitzers started shooting. Or they would set off avalanches before they did the avalanche control work, right? And so they now close the entire canyon off. You can't even go up the canyon. People get pissed because there's traffic. But it's the same thing with fire. We can't control this shit, and there's too many of us. It's like we got to work together. Like, how do you deal with things? Is the flooding that's increasing everywhere, or the drought situations, right? The Mississippi just ran dry. Right, we were at 0 marks, and these are things. It's like we got to look at it as a bigger picture than we're victims of, or we can't control, or that's part of being in society. Is we got to come up with solutions that work for the best of, the bigger picture. It's kind of hard to really make a solution on these things for everyone, right? Like I said, I jumped in saying I grew up with gang warfare and drive-by shootings, right? And we had a solution that didn't necessarily. I like my guns, but I also like to be able to walk down the street and not be afraid of somebody spraying machine gun fire at me. And I literally had that situation as a child, right? I literally grew up and there was people breaking into homes. My best friend at 10 years old had to kill a man in his house. I think, how old was that guy? I think he was 11 with an elephant gun blasting somebody on the stairs, and the other dude had a knife to his mom and sister, right? And that would have been like 83, 80, somewhere in there, right, in LA. These are questions that haven't gone away. They've been here for a long time, and we all have a hell of a lot more in common than we do have differences, right? And that's where we really got to come together as a nation, right? There's I've been in a cage. How many people have been in a cage for not been in a cage for cannabis that were bitching at Joe Biden for giving me and my brother a pardon, right? You have no idea what it felt like to me to get a pardon, but all these people are bitching that he did some sort of word game thing, right? And so what they try and do, take it right back.
Well, wait,
to,
Hardy, let me get this straight. You actually benefited recently from what Joe Biden said?
Yeah.
About okay,
yeah,
because hey, I just
stigma.
read shit on the internet, and so I read some meme that said some shit that 0.0 nobody benefited at all from what he said, which all right, that's just some bullshit that's said. But to hear somebody that did benefit is
that's the division, bro. I was in 1992. I was placed in a federal jail for having cannabis, personally used cannabis with my brother. I was on a fucking medicine man mission, no less, exercising my First Amendment rights that are now established because we've taken it to court and all that, right? But I was in the state of California, and my brother passed off. I helped him pass off some grass to a fellow who needed some, who was a cook up in the high Sierras. But my brother we've been fighting wildfire, right? And I was on the Bridgeport entrance, and he was at the Winona. No, I was at Winona. I'm sorry, Bridgeport's where I retired from. He was at the I can't remember the name of the western port, Westport. Anyhow, he was fighting fire, 20 feet poison oak, protecting somebody's home. There's dropping water, and he was running the chainsaw because nobody else would. And he sprayed himself with poison oak shit and was blistered and pretty fucked up from the poison oak. So we met up in the park, and I drove him over to Bridgeport to the hot springs where there's this amazing healing mud. And I packed him with mud for our 2 days we had off, covered him with mud, and 3-4 times a day, suck this shit out of him using this healing mud that would dry on him. And as we drive back, I hook up my buddy at the entrance to Yosemite, and some lady narked on us, and we get into Tuolumne Meadows, and there's a bunch of horses and trucks and shit. We got pulled over, we got arrested, we lost our jobs, we got thrown in federal jail. 1992. That's actually the furthest back that went to. And so yeah, we literally that no longer is on my record. That no longer is a stigma to me as being an outlaw, which doesn't, that title doesn't do me any good, right? So even if it's just semi-symbolic, even, right? That's shit off of my fucking soul that I was thrown in jail.
Criminal, yeah. Right? I don't mean to interrupt you real quick. I just want to say goodnight to SoCal. He's going to take off.
Hey, SoCal. Later, man.
Man, I did post the links to your ride, brother. Awesome, beautiful ride. I've been kind of like watching it in the background as we talk, man. Looked like a nice ride up there, Big Bear.
Yeah, it was pretty badass. I'm going up there again tomorrow morning. So I still got a whole shitload of video, dude. It takes forever to fucking post from the GoPro to YouTube. It's taking like fucking a 10-minute video. It took like 4 hours to fucking upload. So
that's where I learned to ski. Up in Big Bear.
So I gotta get out of here. I gotta wake up at fucking 5 so I can be on the road by 6 and go fucking do some more riding. It's good seeing you guys.
Take it easy.
Fucking
enjoy, brother.
Smiley. Peace out. Big Jar. Enjoy that cuvee, buddy.
Yep.
Fuck you. Who else is here? Edgar. Have a good one, Ryan. Have a good one. Green Fingers, you're a fag. Eagle, fuck you for having us. And
Thank you,
chat,
brother.
go eat a dick.
Cheers, brother. Have a
Later,
good
man.
one. Thank you for popping
Later,
in.
man.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got a federal possession marijuana charge, and it was at a casino here in Michigan. So because the casinos are on reservation, it's actually federal land. And the cop was saying that if I was in county, I would have gone to jail, but because it was on federal land, it was a $250 fine. So like I didn't even go to jail because it was on federal land or whatever versus being state land, which back then I found interesting. But
Because it was on the Indian reservation land, maybe.
yeah, no, it was. Yeah, it was on reservation, but yeah.
Well, I'm wondering if the
was all giving me
reservation part
shit, and
added
he's like,
to
"Do
it.
you know you're on federal property?" And I was like, "I don't fucking know, man." And then it turned out that was like a benefit because it's like if you were on
like
state land, I'd be hauling you to jail right now, but they weighed under whatever, and they could only give me a ticket for it.
I live next to two big reservations, and they have like their own reservation police and all that. But then ultimately, it is like you said, federal land.
It's
and
weird.
like, they're there too. But like you'd think with the way things are, that the Indian law would just be the law there. But no, that's secondary law. The federal people come in and really control the law. It seems wrong, but whatever.
I thought that was the case too, that they were kind of like sovereign almost, them little hunks.
Yeah, except that they're not. You know what I mean?
Just like,
But I
if
think
you
they have
try,
a lot of leeway, don't they? At the end
Well,
of the
for
day,
all the minor shit, I guess.
yeah. I mean, short of like you got to do like some really felonious shit before they're really going to do something like murder, stuff like
out
that.
here, some of the most serious stuff is if you're hunting and fishing on Indian land, or if they catch you with like a metal detector looking for precious metals, you're gonna have some real issues out here. That's different time, different space. I mean, different things going on, but yeah, that's I got to teach some Indians how to make the green butter in the sweat lodge, speaking in tongues once upon a time ago in the Grand Canyon. That was quite an experience. There's a lot of stigma in the older groups, especially of the more traditional Native Americans, towards cannabis, and they kind of tend to lump it in with alcohol still, unfortunately. But I think it was with everyone, the stigma is lifting, right? More and more people get educated on the benefits of it and such. I was hoping to hook up the Navajo Nation with dry farm hemp that I had bred. And at the same time, I was trying to connect with that. And I have a lady I was connected with who's, she looks white, but she's like blood Navajo quantum. And she was working on getting things going with the tribes. And I guess some guy who's a tribal member ended up getting all the leases or all the contract, got the money, and instead of growing hemp, he brought some Chinese companies in, and they overgrew with weed and ruined the whole program for Navajo. But that happens. Oh.
Cheers to the crickets in chat there. Jeez, man, I've said it once and I said it before, man. I don't know what it is, Mr. Hardy, but I would party with you someday. I would like to have one of those chats, my friend. There was the one during our interview where you spoke with I believe you talked with you met a shaman basically, and you got I believe your quote was, we had a 36-hour conversation in minutes.
Right? Yeah. Here's a I don't know if I showed, let's see if there you go. I don't know how to turn it around while I'm on Zoom. This is I want to get my paints going again. And since I started breeding intensively and some other events occurred, I haven't painted a shit ton, but this is down in the Grand Canyon, actually having one of those experiences, meeting the shaman. And so that's Little Smoke and Mescalito. And unbeknownst to me, my first wife was taking pictures of me while I'm chatting with this guy. But he was not able to speak. He was in the spirit world, and I was too. And yeah, that became a good. I've been trying to find that guy actually through the internet and can't seem to locate him. I don't know if he's gone on to the spirit world permanent or if he just moved off reservation or what.
You know, last night's guest, Captain Scrog, had kind of spoke like that. He was talking about a gentleman he had met in Vegas, one of the memorable moments. And he says he couldn't understand me and I couldn't understand him. A Mexican gentleman. He says we drank all night and all we had in common was carpentry, and that was the bond and shit. And sometimes them are some of the best nights, are kind of moments that you don't even necessarily have to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's kind of how it was that at that meeting. And later on he came around and we tried to get him not to take so much of the green butter, but they took a lot of green butter. And he had an experience. And that became part of their tribal medicine after I taught him how to do that, to make that stuff. And that would have been maybe 92, I think. Something right in there, 93 maybe. But that's what makes the gears of the life go round and round. And there's things that last couple nights ago, a Hoda Herb show or Hoda Smoke, I don't know, on one of the food cannabis shows, they're chatting about hemp and now we want to move forward, we want this, we want that. And I'm like thinking about gosh, it's literally 30 years ago that I stood before the governor of California saying the same thing. And you're complaining that it's not 100% hemp plastic. They're like, shit, we have hemp plastic now. We're moving forward. Keep it going. Yeah. It's time's an awesome thing because we fit so much into it, right? We choose.
420 cheers. There's a company in here in Grand Rapids making the plastic too. It's pretty cool shit.
Mm-hmm. I'd still like to, I've got all this breeding going and I slowed it down and I like to keep it going, but I still have all this hemp genetics that I accumulated when I was doing a lot of trading and running the Landrace Traders Club. And I still believe it has huge value for the world in the future to get that stuff back into production cycles. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on with hemp in the hemp growing states as far as slowly creeping forward.
What was your favorite tasting?
Favorite tasting?
Yeah.
I haven't tasted a whole bunch of different people's hemps. There's a Utah grower that I did some trading with, and I couldn't even tell you what his strains were that I had. They were fairly tasty till they dried out. But they were, I think, greenhouse grown. But there's one that I've had grown wild in my yard that for like 6 years now, that started out as a cherry wine crossed with Spectrum, and I crossed that to the Wolf, and then it's just gone feral several years. And I don't know if any of my THC pollen floated into it. I doubt it. I'm pretty tight with my stuff, but there's hermaphrodites and this and that and the other that occur, of course, when you're breeding. And that stuff I was smoking it. I just harvested it and smoked some this week, and it's really freaking enjoyable. The smell, the stickiness. It looks like a super fucking haze. It's all, it's a lanky sativa, but it's like frosty-ish all get out. And I've never been able to test it. So the people say they think it's just the terpene profiles that get them high when they smoke it. It triggers the THC in their system. Yeah, so that's gotta be my favorite because that's the one I got.
I've tasted some rhubarb pie from High Alpine Genetics. Is the best tasting one I've had. Shit was delicious.
So I've been wondering, do the ones that have like the name of all the OGs and stuff, do they breeded those flavors in, or are they just calling it that stuff?
There's different both, I would probably say. But I mean, like, I know Homegrown Cannabis Company or whatever, that one that Kyle Cushman's with, they have a whole bunch. They have like almost every strain you can imagine, but like a lot of them, they don't designate that it goes under the 0.3%. Like it'll be like maybe 1% or
Gotcha.
1-to-1 ratio or whatever the hell. But
so harvest early if you're in a state that requires you to not have as much THC or whatever, or
test early at least. But yeah.
So Mr. Smiley, I'm wondering where the factories, where they sourcing all that hemp to be actually to support a factory. You know what I mean? That's when I think factory, I think that's a lot of fucking hemp.
Well, it was that was the problem they were running into, was supplying the material they needed. So it was a Hemp Growers of Michigan or something was the organization, and that lady was kind of up top. I went to the one meeting. It was a few years ago, but
they grow quite a bit over by me.
They could make it's biodegradable plastics from the hemp, and that was a big deal because like Europe and I think California, other states maybe outlawed like single-use plastics, something like that.
Shopping bags, right?
And like straws and pop lids and shit like that. But yeah, it'd be cool, man. I mean, we can get there. That's the thing, like figuring out how to do it's the first step, and then making it viable is like the next.
They just got to figure out how to make it profitable.
Profitable, yeah.
Once they figure out how to make it profitable, they give two shits about the rest.
That's a sad thing that I've seen, though.
Grocery stores charge you, I think some of them charge you more, but at least 10 cents for the bags if you want theirs. Maybe some charge 20 cents, but they make they're better and bigger bags than those other ones they used to just give away. But actually that means they're thicker, would probably really take longer to disintegrate. But then you're supposed to better use them again.
Right,
they're not bags.
What we're talking though is like the use of fucking hemp, though. You know what I mean? Getting people to kind of get fucking people to grow it or make it be viable for people. We've seen it in cannabis with a fucking just medicine. The whole medicine, when CBD became the craze, or states by states that legalized cannabis for medical use, and they only allowed CBD to be used, they had a fucking trouble sourcing it, especially in their own state when they started issuing limited licensing. They couldn't supply enough for their patients. And when they outsourced or tried to outsource, states that once used to produce a lot of CBD were no longer producing it because it was no more viable or economical for them to produce it. They had already moved on to just straight up medical cannabis, and then made the switch over to chase the money to the recreational cannabis side of things. So how do we talk the farmers into, you know what I mean, not throwing down cannabis for other reasons when we can try to, you know what I mean, talk all that precious farmland, talk them into hemp. You know what I mean?
Well,
It's a tougher
but
sell.
wait a second. Yeah,
We do it
because
for 'em.
the level of product that you're talking about would mean you would really need to go out like corn farmers or farmers that are farming hundreds of thousands of acres, right? Those people work on loans annually from the bank that include the money for the seeds and everything else it takes to operate annually. Yeah, that would be a hard sell unless those banks and the investment and all that, because otherwise maybe there's some independent people still out there, very few, especially if you're talking about like industrialized hemp, like to use as for fabrics and plastics and all that. You need to be growing it like, and a lot of those crops that farmers grow, they have to be subsidized to even grow that. So this is, what do you call it? Renewable. It takes less water, takes less everything to grow.
That's what I was getting at,
Fertilizer.
buddy.
You don't got to buy the seed again. All that shit's part of the
All
entire
that
farm
shit.
bill.
It's
subsidy
a
package.
no-brainer. Like I've said this before in here. Like my first, as a young person, I'd go to the what would be cannabis community were rallies, and a lot of those rallies Jack Herod would speak at. I must have heard the guy a dozen times, and all I really remember from what he would say was about this. He wasn't that concerned about recreational cannabis or medical cannabis. It was all before that. He was really about hemp as a industry, like what we're talking about,
Replacement for
clothing,
oil.
plastic, replacement for a bunch of shit. Like at this point, like the paper alone, like, yeah, maybe we should say, oh, you shouldn't even wipe your ass with a tree, right? But that's what we do, right? Paper towels, a bunch of shit. But see, the real battle beyond the politics is these companies that are industries themselves for 100 years. Paper, wood, plastic, all these things, DuPont. They ain't gonna give up not 1/10 of 100th of a fucking percent of their fucking business. And if hemp became a thing, they'd have to go, well, I guess maybe we're not going to grow 3% this year. We might lose 3% this year.
What were you gonna say, Smiling? What were your thoughts on it?
I was just going to say, we do that with corn, though. We subsidize corn. The government absolutely could subsidize the hemp growth the same way.
Can.
We'll just shift where all that money is going. That's what Buddy was getting at.
You need lobbyists. You can't do it without lobbyists. Because the government isn't up for and by the people. It's up for and by the corporation and the dollar. You're just secondary citizens. Well, that's a whole other thing. We all agree to that. We ain't in control of this shit. We have very little input with our voting, but you know,
sounds like we need to, we know the answer. It sounds like we need to get some kind of friendly politicians. The times, times are changed, as we're saying, and the president is just kind of supposedly, we shouldn't be ashamed of our canna past anymore. You know what I mean? Why can't our politicians be open about their cannabis use, or you know what I mean? Why can't we have true green politicians? That's all I'm saying.
Money, because like to get those people cost money, right? And like what dude said, the lobby. In the last 2 years, the Congress and the Senate are debating a comprehensive cannabis bill change. From what I know, the only lobbyists that are at the table are from the industries, not from cannabis, even though it is a big thing. There's a bunch of big players, Burner, Jungle Boys. Every state has a few $1 million places.
Burner's international now.
They would need to put money together to then hire lobbyists to go grease these fucking people. That's how the game works.
That's the way the game works. You're right, and they should be. A
Yeah,
lot
I
of
have
these
to
people
agree.
should have known that shit. They've been fucking greasing the mafia. You know what I mean? Organized people have been greasing the wheel forever.
From what I can see, unless there's something behind the wheel, you know, curtain, I don't see anything from what I see. True cannabis community or industry that has a voice up there because no one's put up money, because that's what the voice costs. You can't just show up there and talk unless
Even
you put money up.
today, there's like fucking Rotary fucking clubs and shit like that. That's nothing more than a place where you shake hands, meet friends, and grease the wheel. You know what I mean? Isn't that basically the whole point of a Rotary club?
Yeah, or whatever the Corn Farmers Association is, that, you know, or there's representation. That's how our fucking system works, right?
Sounds like we need to fucking, at least we can start with a can of Rotary Club.
Yeah.
So here's one,
you know,
Mitch McConnell is actually the one guy who's moved hemp forward further in the farm bill than anybody else. And for all the things that I do not like about that person, I got to give him credit for that. That is one thing down. And that is, you asking where is this coming from? There is down in the old tobacco belt. They are doing a good job at trying to get this industry rolling. And there are decorticator plants, and there are people trying to make paper and wood and stuff. But again, it's this
there's no stopping it. Like,
no,
the
it's
truth
like,
will prevail.
It's like
right?
farmers markets, though. When you start up a farmers market and you call all these farmers to show up, and like they show up to the first market with all these produce, and there ain't nobody showing up to the new market, right? And there's a whole bunch of people selling artwork and coffee, making a little bit of money, but then so the farmer gets busy and he hasn't sold anything at that market for 2 or 3 markets, and they finally, people start hearing like, hey, there's this guy with tomatoes at the farmer's market, but the farmer hadn't made money in 3 weeks, so he doesn't show up on the 4th week by the time people hear about it. And that is literally a true conundrum. And it's the same thing you're just saying about, it's like, oh, we got, it's just someone built a machine, but there ain't nobody to feed the machine or buy the product. And once you finally get, you got to get that capital
convert
going.
the industry.
I've been
quite serious when I question, could you actually fucking open a place, like an open consumption, under the cover of like a Rotary Club? I mean, in most places it's eating or whatever, but why couldn't you consume? Why, that's the whole reason why you are smoking, and you know what I mean, doing your Rotary purposes. There's nothing to say, you know what I mean?
Even like the Masonic clubs, who knows what goes on in those fucking weird places.
I think there's a church in Michigan that's cannabis as part of their religious activities or whatever.
Serious though, I mean, that would be, how cool would that to be, have a canna Rotary Club in your area where you could meet, like, you know, canna friendly carpenters, electricians, you know what I mean, that sort of things, and get each other, you know, support one another in their endeavors, you know what I mean? Keep shit, buy local, sell local. That's the whole thing. Support each other, right?
Visualize it. Write it down. Actualize it.
Make it happen. Didn't stop, but when we were up north last weekend, we drove past Kalkuska Lounge, and it is right in the middle of downtown Kalkaska, on the corner of the main downtown street, right there, wide open for everybody to see exactly what it is. And it's like $5 donation to get in, and you bring your stuff in, sit around with your buddies, and smoke all day, just like a vehicle city. You know, we have them. It's just not a lot of people know about them, and they're not normalized yet, like a bar.
Well, that, I think what I've come to realize is, maybe because I'm older, all this stuff is going to happen, but at a pace that's like, seems like things happen fast, but realistically, big change like what we're talking about does take time and will take time, and it is happening though. The ball's rolling. It's ultimately like what we're talking about, like voting, putting people in, and even at the lowest level up, because a lot of times, from what I experience in my area, it's the local representation, whatever you call them, city council and these fucking people, that like even though the voters voted for it, they just didn't enact it until there was like a lawsuit 3 years later that forced them to like make it happen. The recreational stores and apparatus, even though the voters like voted it in, they just didn't
put any money for it.
As far as the hemp thing, I think that there's the two big multiple MSOs or multiple state operators, whatever, Canopy and Green Thumb Industries. They probably pay a shit ton of money to make sure that they only operate in, so because there's like, I don't know how many states it is, but it's enough to where they make a shit ton of money.
Well, I mean, we're talking politics.
Are allowed to grow.
You bring up Canopy. On the board of Canopy are two people. You'd have to wonder, like, oh, well, that's a good job for them. The one is Boehner, the old congressman that was the guy that was a drunk, cry on the fucking during votes and shit. And the other is just I think he's finally passed on, but he was on the initial board. George Schultz, he was part of the Reagan fucking administration, but they were board members of Canopy, right? Well, you know why you have Boehner on there? He's the ex-leader of the House, right? Retired. So obviously he knows how to talk to people down there, right? So, put a guy like that on the board, pay him whatever that salary is, and well, at least you have representation. That's how it works, right?
And the guy that owns the Green Thumb Industries, Ben Culver, his family's from Jim Beam money, so he's got all the, I mean, alcohol connections, and money for that's got to be massive.
I think one of the biggest things we're still waiting for is the UN International Treaty on Narcotics and Trafficking, that convention to reconvene in the new scheduling on the international level is pretty much been the one thing that I've been saying for several years is what's going to really blow the lid off of everything once that happens.
Because it'll be the same thing that happened to almost every other industry in our country. We can't compete because they'll produce shit for 30 cents a gram where we can't even touch it for like less than $1.50 a gram because of real estate, insurance, licensing, taxes. And places like Thailand, Colombia, these places will come in and be like, yeah, we can produce shit almost that fucking good for pennies.
Well,
and
literally, if you haven't seen what I did this year, this is Dry Farm Belledia that is about to get put to the silk screen and made into cancer medicine. But I didn't water this except for put the seed in the ground and then once in August, right? And it don't take nothing, literally. And this is in the hottest, driest year on record here. And
no
in
water.
Extraordinary drought. No water.
No water.
6 inches of rain and snow from the time from January 1st till I chopped them, right? And then there was a couple inches of rain in the summer that didn't really get through the I'm sorry, here, back to stuff here. Didn't get through the mulches, right? And I got good soil and stuff. And it's a particular plant, right? You can't do this with just any old seed, but I proved the point by doing it. I'm sorry, here, show some tops here.
So Alex, you said that's all going to hit the screen.
Yeah.
Will it all be dry sift?
This is all, I'm going to do one bounce on my screens. And then it's going into buckets. I'm not trying to get dry sift. That's going to be part of the process of breaking it apart. I'm going to take a little bit just for the traditional high grade. But this is my daughter's mother's cancer medicine. And that's literally what I grew this for. On top of everything else is like, I'm growing cancer medicine and I can show everybody that you can do this. So
RSO as cancer medicine, or are you further working it into a hash? Are you going to make that into a bubble?
That hash, I'm going to see if we can get her to smoke some of it. She doesn't smoke, but she'll eat these pills. So I make her RSO pill, or I don't do RSO. I do FICO, and I don't heat it up, right? So I keep it cold, slow, THCA, and then this stuff. That's high grade. But this is Beldia, is the plant, and so it's a traditional from Morocco, grown at high elevation and dry zone, and it's a 3-to-1 THC, and it's probably not more than 15%, right? And but if even, and it's these teeny little trichomes. So like I'm wishing I had even a finer screen for the bottom end on this, because I think it might go through what I have, which is a 320 thread per inch, I think, on the bottom there. But yeah.
No,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
explaining.
Sure. No,
I
there's
got a question.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
Have you grown that variety with like some water, like, or always dry farmed it?
So I got this seed from, I do a lot of landrace breeding and preservation, and I got this seed from a fella in Haifa, Israel, and trade for whatever I sent him. But I think it was my Breath of Green Dragon primarily who was after. The first time I grew it, they were pretty old. I think they were from last century or turn of century that he acquired them, and it just said High Atlas Mountains, Morocco. And I ended up getting, I believe it was 5 plants to grow, and it was 2 females and 3 males, and they're semi-auto flowers, so they just take off in the middle of June. They start flowering. In the longest days of the year, you can have them under 24 hours of light and they're flowering, but it isn't like 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later. So the earlier you plant them, then they grow, and that light triggers them and to start flowering. And they're traditionally done in August at that high elevation, and they're making hash out of them in August. And this was mid-September and it was different times starting through. And so I tried to select for the earliest this time. First time I did all 3 males and the 2 females, and did a broad open pollination expansion of the seed, and made several thousand seed. And then so I think I got maybe around 160 to 100, I don't know, females. And there was a slightly higher male population, I think, if I remember right, this year. So no, not really. I grew them in small pots and then like this. And you can see on Future Cannabis Project, I need to go through and put them all into one group in there so people can find it easier. But I was trying to do every couple of weeks an update on there to show how it was going. I've done some
I'm
other.
gonna take off, guys. I'm out.
Well,
Good night, Big Jar. Thank you for popping in. It's been a minute. Glad to
Yeah,
see you,
man.
brother.
Yeah, good meeting you, Alex, buddy, Brian.
appreciate you.
Yep, good seeing you guys. Take it
Cheers.
easy.
A good one, brother.
So I've read a few different genetics that you can do that kind of stuff with, and one of the things I try and show when I'm showing that stuff off is I did a little bit of a dry farm with my corn this year, just to show people how that works too. And there's corn not bred, it's bred for more of a watered and fertilized production. It did not do anything. And the stuff that comes from Native American landrace corns actually did produce an ear this year in just plain native sand and drought condition. So it's something that can be done, and once people understand that, you can push your own envelope where it's how much water you use and stuff, and figure out a different equation on sustainability and resource use.
You ever done any breeding with feral hemp?
I've never collected. I have a few in my collection, and I've never, besides what was called the Wolf, and I already had like 8 years of somebody else who had collected it, done work on it. So no, not really. There is something though, pre-prohibition, right? And so a lot of the feral hemp that's in, and people, I have a hard time with people calling it landrace, because it's feral hemp, and everything had been eradicated before World War II, and pretty much everything that's ditch weed in America today is stuff that was grown for the war effort that went feral, and that stuff was all hybridized through universities and came from China originally. Okay, and so if they did genetic tests to show that it didn't have those properties, that'd be cool hearing some suggestions as to why they call it landrace. I have
because it's still been, even in the 50s, it's still been around for 60 years worth of, Minnesota and Michigan and Wisconsin winters.
That's not a landrace still. It's
I'm not saying it is a landrace. I'm just saying
no. But I have something that I believe the Spaniards brought to New Mexico in about 1600, and the property had been owned by one family since 1700. And I got it directly from the current property owner, and he's not really part of any community. And so and what I was saying is pre that period, there wasn't really a separation in weed from hemp, smoking THC stuff. It was like some of these varieties had more THC and some of them had more CBD or none, right? And so there was stuff that people smoked, and it could be used for seed or medicine or fiber. And a lot of that stuff, though, is low 3% contents, 4, 10, 11, 15% tops. And I think that's about what this thing that I got from New Mexico is. And it reeks like a fucking skunk. But I don't think it's got any CBD in it, though. I think it's got more THC than anything. And maybe THCV. And it would come with Spanish, brown robe, and farmers, and then that would have come from the Moors in northern Africa. So that would have come around from Afghanistan, that would have been called India at the time, 800,000 years ago. And that's but yeah, so that was wild for hundreds of years in New Mexico.
Well, boys, it is that time. I don't mean to cut you guys off, but
no worries.
It is another day. We have passed that 4:20 hour, but man, I am honored that you finally joined us tonight, Alex. Long awaited, man. Long awaited and overdue, my friend.
I woke up, I'm like, man, I've been passed out sleeping so long. What am I gonna freaking do? And I'm like, I'm gonna see if Eagle Crew's on. Thanks for letting me come play in the reindeer games, kids.
Right on, man. Always welcome, my friend. Yeah. Well, with that being said, boys, yeah, it is time to get out. I think I'm gonna actually roll through the shout outs tonight because I've been missing them. And like I always say, man, gratitude is latitude, isn't that right? Yeah, so how you move forward, you got to be grateful before you can move forward. It's a good base. So it's time to get to them shout outs, my friend.
All right, I'm signing off. It was a great show. Nice talking to you, Alex. Eagle,
Peace out.
Green
Good chat with
Fingers,
you, too.
Ryan, everyone else.
Peace,
See you next time around. Yeah.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan's out. Cheers, Ryan. All right. Well, who's next? All right, guys, I'm gonna get to the shout outs. So
Peace.
You out, Green Fingers?
Everybody go plant some seeds. Hell yeah. Eagle, love you.
Love you too, brother. Have a great day.
Great to meet you. Hell yeah. Peace.
Peace. That's a happy face. That is a happy face. All right, Mr. Alex. It is. I bid you to do, my friend. I'm going to get to my rambling.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Man. Do I need to push a button and check out for you, or?
Yeah, unless you can hang out in the background for a half hour while I shoot through the list.
I'm just trimming. Go ahead and shut us off and kick me out when it's done.
All right. Well, you have a good day, brother, because I am going to rock. I can't do it without the music, so I don't want to. Here we go, my friend. You have a good day. Thank you for popping in. You have a good one. Hold on there. I'm going to kick you out. Do that. There you go. Cheers, brother. There we go. All right. With that being said, you guys, let me get some music rolling here, because I do fucking want to get through these shout outs. It's been a few days, and you guys can fucking say what you want. A lot of you guys have said you don't have to do it, but the fact of the matter is, I love it. So say what it is. Be grateful. I'm grateful. If your name's not on this list, I'm completely sorry. The only thing that I can say is keep participating in chat, say hello, be a fucking awesome weed nerd, and most importantly, do something nice for somebody, and you will most certainly find your ass on this list for sure. With that being said, let me get some music so I can get the hell out of here. Here we go. Too loud. How's the music, guys? With that being said, Sub Cool D's House of Dank, Mama Law 710, Scarecrow 420, Christina MG 89, Unplugged 705, Medical, McCall, Cuddy Rick T, The Rebel, the 9207, Baby, Selena, Dave's not here, Tom Spook, Greg Walker, Mendo Dope, T-Dog, Dung Beetle, Red Eye Jedi Grows, Mother Nature, Justin Conway, Duckweed, Run Boy 7426, Justin Goodearth, Sting Man, Okie Roar 75, Corey Treble, Mole Vision 420, Who's Your Cat Daddy, Taco Don, Taco, Rick S in the Bushes 827, holy shit. Jane Simmons, Ryan Hahn, World Size Hope Pats, Fan 420, Biometric Dirt Road Dude, Kanashiba, Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Rustler, Dab Goblin, Dr. Buzz Lightyear, S Tone 710 Canuck, Ken Queen Genetics, Stabby Tanaze, Foom Dirt Man Dan, Keith of Black Sales, Mr. Bolsell, Sun Premium Gardens, Rasta Bob, Rasta Jeff. There we go. Small Tubes, Small Soiled Roots, Tyler, Frosty Buds, Norm, Michigan, Micro, Roy G Buds, Dub T Roy, Big Jar was here tonight, JC, Modern Genetics, okay, Weed Nerd was here. It was awesome seeing you too, brother. John, Last PPG 15, Green County Growers, CJ Apple, shout out to you. Perfectly Imperfected, Dollar T Grower, T1 Production, Stain Grower, DOA, Grown Meds, Miss Nudie Grows. I grew some Johnny Can Seed, brother. Hopefully you are doing well. Thoughts and prayers to you, my friend, with all the stuff you're going through. Hopefully you're well, my friend. Nutrient Shootouts, Naughty Nicky, Zoe and Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's Observation Booth, Clover 420, High Spy Aldridge 25, Miss Madden T2, Moo Mo Grow with Canacrate, Loki Rose, that's this guy, Burton 79, Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaws, Voodoo Ultras, Fresno Nerds, Cali Grown, Wolverine Grown, Jimmy One for Life, Lane Wayback Farmer, MMP Nations Creations, Amber Lana, Psychedelic Warlock, Sir Sticky, Rob, Big Day 420, Brent Wendell, G3, The Green Click, Jane K, Triple G, Mr. Sprinkler, Brittany and Tyler Teasley, Hope Farms, Lisa G, John B, Too Crazy For You, BGWG 420, Dr. Budswell, Purple Thumb, OG, Anthro, Sense of Media, Anthro, Just Face 420, Beach Coast Grower 420, Sir How, Trey Valone, Keep It Real, Hayerton 420, Zeb Zeppelin, Audit Everywhere, BT, Double E, Rose, Bingus, Green Puffin Man, Alex Boyk, Jeff Self Life, School of Crop, Cause I Love It, Green Puffin Man, Southwest Okie, excuse me, Real 100, 212, Andy Man, Randy Family Farms, Page Farms, Me all flowered and tip of the morning to your brother Ryan Anderson, Green 13. Miss you, brother. No, I said that in a DM, but there you go. Publicly, we miss you. New Shell Black Wins, Kingdom Macropine, Streamer 77 WD, Bad Bunny Nutrients, Mr. Green Pots, Mr. Green Nugs from 619 to 68 Sports, Brandon Kruger Jones and the Grow, Pop G Grows, Raz Amy Cass. The Grow From Your Heart podcast, Lady Luna, the Green Med Black, Jeremiah Miranda, Stony Creek, Lost Art, Mr. No One, Giant Mike, Prometheus Soil, Jason Icephone, Pete Wynn, David Colby, Mason 662, Scroggy McScroggerton, the fourth, The Goddess Grows, Kelly Burrows, Chad Brad, Family Fires, Polly P. V. Or Kevin Jojer, Mike Honcho, Jay Huggins, UDA, Green Tree Hunter, Kush Cloud, Joshua Seasland, Organic Home Buzz, Warren Nelson, Cam Wood, Bean Mystic, Show Love Always, Kelly Stone, Texas OG, Sarges, Claire Fresno, Happy Guy, 311 Mix Up, Kinder Grows, Evergreen Hayes, G Friend Tree, MMJ, Save Ball, Dragonfly B, Justice Meds, Travis Walls, Lucky Mike, Seattle Chronic Seeds, King Chronic, Titan for Blessed Coast Seeds, Shango Gas, Wabasso for Life, John Smith, Tommy Tricos, Boca King Raz, Pop Littles, Oscar Green, Junior Matt Silbert, Into 11, Stephanie V, Shark Pulley 989, Von Brown, Sovereign Garden, there we go, sorry guys, Stoner Nation 420, Joey Y, Buds 1313, Grower, Painted Lady, Frank Boots, Matt S, Solo Roll, Spiky Pots, Jay Myers, Demid, The Chat, Mr. Manny D, Bagseed, Dr. GGC, Jeff Starter 911, Dutch Grows 420, Skill Bowl 1, Med Grower 1, Empire Breeding Co. for Goalie, Lost Leaf, Liam Mass, Danny Danko, B Bear 7, Ollie Noble, CK, Tom Trinidad, Looney Jester, Smoking With, Small Town, Tim S, Mr. Lazy, Rafter Grows, Rob, Automation is Freedom, Robert Hazelton, Dora, Michigan Core, Double Tap Farms, Mr. Green Thumb, 420, 808, Rooting Prospects, The Cannabis Driver, Hayden Life, Kenny 710, Operation Grow, T-Ben, TM 42696, Rude Nuts 619, Dr. Scrambles, BBB Moon Rocks, GHF Double J, Bio Green, Stuff Grower, Hanky Stinky 420, OGKP, Ganja Nana, Yo Mama, Georgia Joey, Royer Rodriguez, B Growing, Nature's Best Nugs, Ganja Wizard, Husky Guards, Nut Tree 420, Decky Ooh, Silver for Life, Willie for Life 420, Jeff Rowe 42069, Beef 698, Dr. Franklin Booty, Goddamn I'm Baked, Ted's Test. Ooh, Tree Chop Fly, one of Sub's favorite songs right here. One of mine too. The Riffin' Fat Boy, Jack Greenstar, 420, 420, Boone's Farm, Charlie Farm, 420, Aldridge, 25, Smileys, Cards, love you, brother, JD's, miss these nugs, man. I can't even express how much we miss you. Smoking Grow Frazier, Grow Koski, Twisted Roots, Faded Farm, 420, Jeff Dorowski, Genetic Memory Farms, Evolve 420, Cameron, Mr. Bagsy, Jill Carter, Mystic Marks, Mystic Grower, Ginger Snaps, DTE, Rose, Rick Wolf, DLP 2372, Ned Denver, Mike Denver, Sergeant Pepper 420, Cam Trooper, Blank Cat 420, what's up? Led up again, Tim. Hopefully you're well. CKUK SIF 420, Booty Boy, Devin Shipwreck, Medical, MJ, Budsville, USA, Resurrection, Prophet, Chris Mertz. Or that's Chris Martinez. We're not to Chris Mertz yet. Tara Wilson, Dankman Dan 420, Dankman 420, Dankman Dan, there we go. Red Sud Farms, Good Life, Joni Bell, Cheech B, Most Hated Grower, The Major General 420 Army, American One, W Digger 714, Sherrod Days, Kenny Austin next, Mountain Skies ready, hit that hot fire, Chris Mertz, there we go. Sergeant Alive, HEPA Fake Cam, fucking it all up. Rich Pat Dozer Moons on the VT Grower. Choose Medical, Jared Bear, Plus One Mushroom, Secret City Pioneers, Mounted Little Tent, 2042 Spacewalker, Christian, Tree Mom, T Barrington, Heart and Soul, Homegrown, Mike B, T Dwayne, East Coast Will, Heidi Day, Galactic Gardens, John Smith, Elliptis, My Natural Farms, Pacific Northwest Seeds, Ross Cop Hall, Lemon Hoko Trench, Regis, Use the Life, 420 Grant Manu, Maribon, Sammy Sizzle, 9 Inch Colas, Chris Moon, DK Trades, Vision Creator, The Kind Brew, Cannon Nation, JJY. Bam, done. Oh, out of order. Wobby shit. Rescue Ready, Roadside LLC, Notorious Nugs, Magma Seeds, Father and Son Trimming Tutorials was here in chat. Dub T Roy, Jose Martin Perez, Dog with Up 420, Buck Chiba Man, GR 420 Community Videos. One awesome group over there as well. But then this one in particular is GMO Shout out to you, brother. Detroit River Rat, Louis Garcia, Michael P, AJ Everyday, Captive Auto, Chet Bob 13, Main 420, Made Grow Cookies, Coop, Jake Kendricks, In for the Grill, Backwoods, All Good, Sally Man, Scale, Adam Skink, and Chanel Simpson, One Smoke Away, Kazoo, Aaron Burns Rooms, Mr. Lincoln Stinkin, Angel Studios, MG, The 420 Grow Tent, Paul Diella, John Fleming, Dankovich, Fibrofall, Paulie P, Seldom Seen, Elevated, Lenny Organic, Sunman, Chiba Sunny, Jeff Pollock, Ricardo Sosa, Dan J, Earth Friendly Farming, Candy Forest Farmer, Fuck All That Be, The Misfit Grower, Jason Line 512, Snake Eyes, Northern 4466, Jason Grayson, Jordan Baker, MD, Stony Creek, Russ Thonic, French Dweller, Tarzan, Superman, Old Man, Hermit Hash, Freebird, Mo Grower, Matty Gar, Simple Man, Survivor One Time, Tim Blake, Off Ghost, Chronic, Stink Flat, Calero, Polero, Harley Grower, Jen God, Steve Collins, Todd Kendricks, Property Maintenance, Cyber the Island, Hayes, School Steve Speaks, JR Ream, Randy Case, TCDR, Claire Killian, Wardrobe Farming, Randy Grande, Piff 1000, Ace Boo, 32, 23, Wake Up, Captain Freedom B, Puff of Smiles, 15 Digit, Mission Ganja Mooch, Hash Fred G, Super Bomb, Broski 808, Weekend at Bernie's, K-Bag, Justice Station, Straw Style, Organic Zippy, Pinhedo, or Zippy, you know who you are. Imatic, Honor, CK, Hell, Meow Flower, Brent Boog, Todd Kendricks, Newton, Kane T, Chris D, True Sim, shout out to you, 4 times Full, Natty Dread, Barbara Matthews, Ancient Soul Grown, Kevin Jiu-Jitsu, Kenna Health and Happiness, Berserk, Chiclab, Low Cut, Albert Trenley, Mo Manic, Med Raz, Betsy Helen, Huge Genius, James T, Atomic Spoon, Miss Jill, Big Daddy LT Gardens, High Flyer, 420L, Lobster Brush Bro, Walter Tree, Maine, Red Pill, Yo Boy, Roy Boy, Ecstatic, Shannon Gimmons, Ruhan, Rick W, Comfortably Numb, One Smoke Away, The 840 Show, Richard Lamb, Red Pill 710, One in the Same, Canvas Pursuit, K Rolling, Worthy Buzz, Logan Man, No the Flower Podcast, Authorized Effect, Warren Dixon, Pink Lady Luck, and Wendell 420, surrounded by Keith, Ferrari Farms, Fringe Dwellers, Single Fathers, Happiness Without Guilt. Let me get the drink, please. Thank you. Richard Phelps, David Pimenta, B4P Lunk, Nicky T, John Reese, What About Bob Prince, Patty Daniel Bergman, Green Puffin Man, B. Dungley, James Chung, Sarge Grows 818, John Wayne, Carolina Roots, Sister Golden Hair, Dana L. Dankarino, KNF Gardens, Blank 1030, Choose One, Only Feed, Farmer, James, Crypto Dope, Richard Lamb, HIP Grower, Dan Marino, Maine, Chronic Wonders, Sunrise Go, Top Lord, Genex, Mo Vision 420, Can2 Cannabis, Jesse Fisher, My Dog Nelly, Rooster Farms, Alex Hardy was finally back tonight, Hardy Gear, One and the Same, Matty Cropper, Daniel Grows Photos, Mint Grown Meds, Sunrise Grows, and of course, I know I may be a little biased here, but the most important people on this list, and of course, that is my girls, Brittany, Lexi, and Koo, and of course, my little man, Chase. I love you guys more than anything in this world. I got lucky. I got fucking lucky. No Limit 916, Grumpy Toad, Alchemist, Canamink, Soulborn, Addiction, Ross, Joe, Alex D, Dirty Orc, Catfish, High Power, Thunder Dan, Propagation Station, John McDaniels, Lisa Marie, Sergeant Girls, 818, Blaze Daily, Fried Piper, Perpetual, Eagle Proud, Warrior, Sales Smiles for You, Frank Usada, The Dink Duchess, Kino, Kelly Maxwell, Captain 420, Frank Usada, Stink Fat, What About Bob, Ill Juster 420, Pop Shrooms, John Gorski, Jen Doe, Dungeon Gangster, THC 4PTSD, T Barrington, House of Grown, Swamp Cat, Polero, Canabinka, Bista, Because, Jen Doe, One More Time, Mr. Manny D, Canifer, 420, AB Normal, Frank Guerrero, Barefeet, J Brent, 74, CK Brown Guy, 74, Pachyderm, 420, Burning Tree, Maine, EA, Grey Sun Grow, 207, Hydro Daily, Hemp with GG, Jamie Ream, Supreme Grape, Sony Rockefeller, cheers to you brothers, Caveman Cannabis, Brew City, Sin, Missing Midnight Roots. There we go, a little tongue tied there. Dead Cynic, Knuckles, Michael P, Polly P, Be Quick, Be Nimble, Michael D4889, Disbanded Brothers, Muslim, Matt Joseph, Grace Medicine, RX, Keef and Chief, Hydro Daily, Concerned American, Cannabis 411, Freedom of Speech, Dr. Jointsworth, These Trees, Conscious Sudoku, Sub 10 is Oil Upside Down, Jesse Stevenson, Victoria Badooch, What About Bob, Sacred Gardens, Gus Grow, Slick Rick, 8 Dog Pounds, Dave in St. Louis, Moon Watch, Gastain, Yeti Edbrand, Amen Grown, Uncle Elmer, Off Grid Terps, Christopher, Big Force, 50 Ball, Last Predator, Matthew SoCal, Sioux, Illinois, Man Reader, Six Bruce, Dark Horse, Genetics, Stoner Dude, Joel and Jen from Northstar Genetics, Caroline, Mr. Cry, PTA B13, Leo Brew Beyond Perfection, XX Elite, GP, XX Uncle Stoner, Crispy Tree Kitchen, Growers Page Dash, LAD Grown, ICD Decoy Bacon, Mrs. Scotto, Fresh Bake One, JL and Big Bob Grows, Jolly Canna, Australian Grown, Jucka 420, Daniel Phil, Mr. Nowhere Man, Selling Sally, Silly Fucking Seashells. Almost got them all mixed up there. Sorry about that. Then the Indoor Man, Gromish Homies, Hamilton Grown, Clip Smoke, Keystone, Canna Flag, PA, Big High 710, Eugene Greenleaf, H. Drew Hustle, Fred Narcolis, North Arizona, Big Road 420, No Solid, Jesse White, Gas Name Yelly, Introvert Genetics, So J, Vixen Robert, Mr. Killer 8 Mo, James Buttercream, C-Dub from NorCal, the Pharmacy Seed Network, Smokey 616, Curtis Mahan, Matt Meyer, and Morche, Rick Heyman, Stephanie Dorian, Tennesseeds, Vabcators, Cave, Mike Rubles, Drew Bear 420, Maxi 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Load, Get Up, Stu Moo, Popco 719, Bake Big Shake, Baby, Old Smoke, PWC, Grown Buds, Laura Ross, Mr. Weed Blunt, Old School Grower, Chad Westport, Jim Honcho, Grown, Florida Nugs, My Little Piece of Heaven, Coogin Sound Seeds, Clyde's Grower, Richard T, Crispy Wannabe, Mr. Soul Food Spectrum, Gone God, Gone God, Larry Hanson, Real 2,000 years of tradition, Mr. D. Conley, Pandemic, Motivation, Only Sasquatch, Fuck Google and you, I'm going well, Canadian Resort, Porter Farm, Carl Wright, Sefner, Hummel Farms, Tennery Farm, Southern Scene, Oak Park Gardens, Hell, 9782, Skunky Packs, Musher Artist, Microslave Hefner, Danny McDizzle, Medically Fit, KGB, Mr. Robert, Mr. Green, Fingers, Motherfucking Thomas, Retro Coast Plenty, Monkey Balls, Andrew Chaplin, Bobby Lynn Meads, Trent Digger, Mr. Mag, Tony Like Bill, Onya Bill, S. Weed Peace, Tater Delicious, Minty, Country Roots, here on Fire to Next Earth, Big Ray 420, Teeny 101, Buds and Hazard, Mr. Club 14, Beat the Man, Fire 616, All Up North, Max Screwman, Ruby, Timothy McKimmons, Neo, Justin Beans, Draconic 88, Fat Belly Real, Jennifer Steele, Ken Basile 3, Turp Barnes, Shannon Stevens, Carlitos, Tina Skater Country, Mr. Speed, Will Steen, File Saw, Wally Wookie, The Goddess Grows, Rasta Bob, White Feather Grows, Burns Room, Tone Grows, Dane K-Man Grows, BX Gun 81, Smith, Dude New Grows, Sean McCann's, Jay Monks, Dane Agenda, Wild Wild, Candy Grow, Fall Dog, here Council. Well, I got tongue tied on that one too. Ulysses Paris, Rock Vape, Justice Make 420, Ben, Fresh Grow, Thriving Herbs, High Boy, Your Man Grows, We Grow in Australian Grow, Love for the Plant, Our Grow, American Smart Poker, Unfrozen Caveman, Hawaii's Hyatt, Surf Crack, Michael Groom, Jeff Lowenfelds, Mobius Grows, Dank Brownies, Dan D, Elliot Harkins, Mystic Flavor, The Foraging Gardener, Overwater, Overkill, Saddle C, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green 514, Amelia Jensen, Dr. MJ, Coco, Brandon Russ, Matthew Gates, D's Bags, Drone Star, Shotgun Willie, Dank Yoda, Jay Simmons, Turbo Grows, Kalekimus, Coo, DJ Conley, Aaron the Grower, Light 1978, Michigan Grown Buds, Yo Boy, Roll Boy, Delta 9, Jay McDaniels, Kalekimus 420, Stinky Colas, Dylan Steinford, PFC Farms, Husky Garden, Sun Grows, 707J8 Dro, J420, Cascadian Grows, Tito's, McGee, 4 Plants A, Weedworks, Captain Scrog, Skulky Buds, Hans Warrior. I knew you were on there. I just couldn't find it last night. Hans Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Lee Live, Monegasser, Tempe, NEN, D Urge, Green Jr., Leon from All Purpose Plus, Green Goose, 11 Smiles 11, Bindu Buds, Micro Rasta, Plenty. Yeah, we got both sides of that too. There we go. Shooting through this motherfucker one way or another. It's all mixed up tonight. Sorry, guys. Mike Steve, 562 Ganja, James Chrysler, Green Ghost, Genetics, Zenzola, B. Benson, Astro Charlie, Sativa Smurf, 4GTCA, Bush Doctor, Astro Charlie, Dirty Hill Gardens, TK, James P. Weaver, Grow Ohms, Corey Gagnon, Green Hill Farms, Hillbilly Herbs, Tasty Worm, Terps, Skunky Brewster, Bobby F., Larry O.G., A Boss Farm, Spartan Grown, Johnny Green Thumb, 710, Michigan Wildflower, Seldom Seen, Gambler, Todd O'Connor, DP 710, much respect, brother, Caribou TV, Virginia Herbs, Red Primo, Equilibrium Genetics, Trophy Truck, Skyway, Kevin O'Donnell, School of Crops, Stupid Trucker, eBay Bud Tender, The Glass Girl 420, Ted Nugs, Matt Jareen, Greg 77, Ted Nugs, Skunky Glassworks, Beast Mode 347, Mike Atomic Skier, JMA 182, Justin Gucci, Webcam Dan, Stony Baby Fat J, Cuda Piff 1000, Dan, Stony Sunshine Farm Daydreams, Red Star Mountain, Laree, Scotty Nowhere, Justice McNutt, Sure, Red Bear Farms, Two Dogs, Seeds, Butt Plug, Bungaloo, the Fire Department 420, Colts Mountain, Danny's Food, Fang from Green Gauge Group, The Coffee Pot, Seymour Cuts, Biosynthetic, Cousin Nikolai, Doc Vapor, Alex 622, Texas Weed Hopper, Dank Herbs, Dank was kind, Joe P, Space Goat 82, Pac-Man, Biggie Long Time, South Bay Genetics, Kush Master, Let's Be Buds, Futs Are Funny, Noah Set 420, 710 Dabber, Mr. Magoo, Jack Beanstalk, can't even read my own right sometimes, Detroit Cood, Angel Studio, I'm sorry, who the fuck I don't even know what the fuck I wrote right there, Christoph, Bulldogs, Grow Tech, Michigan, XZX, Martin's World. Powering through it tonight, guys. Sorry about this. Lucky, Claudia Galzon, Mount T World, Green Gorilla, CT, Benny Ben, Up Unable, Mr. Mar Duber, Kush Check 5, Sentimento, Green Goddess, Alberta, Group Cannabis Grower, Earth Creeper, Don Hazelhurst, Matt Ness, John Gold, Coonward, Robert Rittenhouse, Pedro and Dizzy, Joey Berger, Mr. DeVille, Mikey from Maui Gold Genetics, Missy Dankster, Dragonfly, Earth Medicine, Thunder Dan, St. Louis Sungrown, Super Bob, Dutch Gross 420, Tough Impact, Green Tree, Green Gypsy 1, DOS 247, Dirty Rotten Imbecile, Stundy Gains, Ginger Bug, Sovereign A, Paco Smartphone, B Ridley, Val F, Tough Impact, Crazy People Doing Stuff, Why You Wheat Pie, Multiple Division, Patio Grip, Bears Growing It, Home Invaders Get No Fucking Pity, Blue Kiss Gardens, Crack Babies, DWC, Shorty for Life, Token Pirates, Brittany Nicole, Sacred Gardens, Rastafari Joy, One Love, Mr. No BS, Penny Pepper Rivers, Frank Rowdy 420, Chef J Reese, Dog Days Garden, Corrine, Big Force 54, this is 420 Green Goddess. Hopefully you are coming to terms. Cheers to you. Luke Sell, Pearly Baker, Christ, Tychrome, Jungle, Diggity Dink, Al the Beastly, Laura Camp, Swimmer 22, The Grow Boss, Jim Clemmer, MV Closet Grower, Blinded by the Light, Wheat Fairy, and a Grow No, Miss Vicious, Doc Calyx, Mr. Toad, Uncle Rick, Mr. 12 of 12, Cassie the Pirate Fighter, Mr. Mark Leafly Hill, Handicap BK, Urban Remo, Red Dragon Brothers, Journey of a Grower, Dab Hunter, JG, GML, Leafly Wiggly, Cam the Cannon Man, High and Tight 420 PG, The Humble Local 2.0, Nick D, K Good Farms, Say It Greek, G Sayer Wolf, PU, Eddie Alvarez, Turp Wizard, Paisley Acres, that's that 103, Drewzilla, MK Elka, Chilbert UK, Brandon Harris, 710 Counting Sewer, Freno Fisherman, Hemp Night, Cotton Mountain Grow, Icy Cold, Sterling Moss, Donkey Kong, I always fuck it up, DK, you know who the fuck you are, Driving Miss Hazy, Herb Conscious, Woody J, Roy Duggan, man, this got him all. Marijuana King, Ganja Wizard, Ho What You Got, Justin Goudini, Big Blazer 80, Ryan Kowalski. Cheers, brother. Thanks for popping in. Mr. Marcus Green Thumb. There might even be a 420 on there. You should see this list, guys. I'll show this. El Nova, the Weed Monster Grow, the Quiet One, Who Be Growing Doobies, and you guys know who always last but never least, our good friend Weedest207. Cheers, you guys. I love all you guys on this fucking Reddit list. Look at this fucking list. I want you. Oh, camera's over here. Look at this. I was noticing the one sheet. This one, I believe it is. This motherfucker is damn near translucent. I've held it and shouted it out so many times. These sheets actually, seriously, have my blood, sweat, and tears on them. And I fucking talk about make your family proud. I'm fucking proud of you guys. It seems so appropriate. If it wasn't for you guys, I would shut the whole fucking thing down. Cheers, guys. I love you. If this is the end of your day, your journey, please get some rest. If this is the beginning of your day, your journey, take time out for a little bit of self-love and a little bit of meditation. Seriously, like I said the other day, man, you got to know what you want out of life. And you cannot give what you don't have. And with that being said, have an amazing day. Have an amazing Saturday. I'll see you later on. With that being said, the most important thing, do not forget to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. And we all need it at some point. And that's no bullshit. I'll see you guys tonight. Possibly in the 420 episode hanging out. If I can swing it, I most certainly will be hanging out with you awesome people. If not, tonight. Have an amazing day. I am out of here. I'm saddling up my one horse and riding it out of this